Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you are seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 279. I trust that everybody is fine. For all the persons who are seeing my face or are in the hearing of my voice, I trust that you're healthy, your family is healthy. For all the people who are at work at this time of the Friday evening, I trust that your shift will end soon. You will get a chance to get home to be with your family. For the persons who are on the road, do what you have to do and get home safely. You know what the thing go. For the people who are at home, ready for listen to teach about some things you have to jam down. Jam rock. Jamaica land we love. Land of Food and Water, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, Vice Kartel, Buju Banton, Shelly and Fraser Price, Elaine Thompson, Portia Simpson Miller, Lisa Anna, Peter Bunting, Peter Phillips, and some more man pan the hunting. Pips, good night. We're there, mama and pop. You know what I think? Manners and respect to the ones. You know we appreciate the support. You know what I mean? Give thanks to the one that went at the building from early. You know, so forward.
Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them. You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel. Hey, yo, yellow. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button. Hey, yo, we always up to something. Teach them. Hey, yo, yellow. Send the message and make it reach them. It's Teach Them right here. Warlord representing.
Yeah, peeps. I is a tired man. Before we go any further, please share the stream with your friends. You know what I mean? By your social media statuses. You know what I mean? You know what I think? Instagram story, Facebook story, WhatsApp status, your WhatsApp group. The whole works. You know what I think? But we're there. It's an early start tonight. Earlier than usual. Normally we start at 8:30. But one, I'm tired, I want to sleep. Secondly, only the missus and I are here with the little man. So, you know, we try to help as much as we can. So, we have to try and make sure we do the work early so we can't stay up in the night. Yeah, peeps, we're there. Give thanks. It's been a rough week. I've meetings here, there, and everywhere. Meetings virtually, meetings at school. A million different meetings. Yeah, so I say, but we're there, we give thanks. The school situation is rough. Schools will resume in the virtual space, no face-to-face teaching for the foreseeable future. Probably not before January, in my opinion. It is most challenging on so many different levels. I can imagine how some parents are treating with the situation at this point in time. Some teachers are not handling it well. I can tell you, being responsible for a number of teachers in my institution, I can tell you that mentally many persons are worn out already and the teaching not started per se. I mean, some schools have started already and thing, but you know, October the 5th for the really roll out. So we're trying to get ourselves together. We would have been planning for all eventualities. But you know, you plan for some things and even when it happens, you're still not ready. You know what I mean? That's what the thing go. CSEC and Cape results are out. Miss Denise Davidson said, come on, you like teaching. Yeah, but I am coming from a place where I loved teaching, you understand? But at the end of the day, as long as I am in the profession, I will always give off my best and never shortchange my pupils, you understand, or whomever I am in charge of. So I just saw the thing go. We talk about the CSEC results and look a bit, but I could deal with some more pressing concerns first. 3 more COVID-19 deaths and 135 new cases in the past 24 hours. So Jamaica on Thursday recorded 3 new COVID deaths, increasing the tally to 80. I may not even see the figures for today, you know. Seeing 2 more cases are on investigation, moving that figure to 7. The fatalities for Thursday, an 84-year-old female of a St. Catherine address, a 46-year-old female of a St. Elizabeth address, a 68-year-old male of a Clarendon address. So meanwhile, there were 135 additional cases with ages ranging from 1 month to 92 years, pushing the total to 5,723, with 4,063 of them being active. That's a lot of active cases. And there may be as many active cases that have not been diagnosed out there, even more. So it's rough. Of the new cases, 66 are males and 69 are females. I saw where the chief epidemiologist at the University of the West Indies said that males stand a greater chance of dying from complications related to COVID-19. So unpromising. You understand? So we have to be careful out there. In the meantime, there were 6 more recoveries, increasing the tally to 1,496. Some 119 people are in hospital, with 44 being moderately ill and 7 critically ill. It is always important to look at the critically ill figures. 50 people are in government quarantine and 23,345 are in home quarantine. There's a lot of people for home quarantine. The reality, peeps, is that I think I shared that article where it is saying close to 17,000 Jamaicans may eventually die as a result of the coronavirus. I mean, a serious story that, you know. Yeah, son. Me reorganize a little thing, because I never place some things in the right location. You know, I think a million different things. Me all have one action plan for the department to submit from one night time today, and I know me not submit yet. Yeah, son. I know I go soon get an email. But we deal with this first, peeps, because boom, so yeah. And the most concerning thing about the COVID situation is that people are still taking this for a joke. You understand? People are still operating in a nonchalant, casual manner as if there's no need for concern. People are partying their lives away. We soon get to that. 2 inmates at the Tower Street facility test positive for COVID-19. Tower Street is what many people call GP. Yes, and some minister without portfolio in the Ministry of National Security, Matthew Samuda, says 2 inmates have tested positive for COVID-19 at the Tower Street Adult Correctional Facility. So Samuda made the announcement via a video shared to the ministry's social media pages in the week. I think it was yesterday or the day before. We have done our best to keep the virus out, and I think thus far the team should be commended, because the facts are, for 6 months, we had no positive cases in any of our facilities. Meanwhile, the minister reported that the inmates who had tested positive at the Horizon facility have now recovered. He said the individuals were held in isolation and treated medically. Since March, when COVID came to Jamaica under the Disaster Risk Management Order, we can't restrict staff members going and coming, and they are as exposed as anyone else in the society, Samuda explained. So he said we had put in place a strategy to keep the virus out, and we had put in place plans should the virus enter our facilities. Horizon, I think, would be a good example of that commitment strategy working, because we were able to isolate the persons who had been exposed. Contact tracing was done, and now there are no active cases in the facility, the minister said. I saw an article earlier that said an inmate from the St. Catherine Adult prison, Spanish Town Prison, I suppose is the popular name, died in hospital. I am not sure of the cause. I'll probably try to figure that out for Sunday. And thing. Yeah. I heard one journalist querying during the press conference on Wednesday, I think the press conference was, of the Prime Minister as to whether or not inmates who are deemed not to be high risk, if they would be given any consideration and may be released early. The Prime Minister never even touch it with a long stick. You understand? Him say, I Minister of National Security, purview and all of them something. So what me get from that is no. You understand? So listen to this piece. Don't listen to them serious thing. You know hold on and watch out. As many as 17,000 could die from COVID-19. Jamaican public health expert warns. Yeah? We have not recorded 100 deaths so far. But the predictions are that up to 17,000 Jamaicans may die as a result of the coronavirus. Conversely though, that 17,000 even have to reach 700, you know, if we continue to do the right thing. You understand? A public health expert is predicting that as many as 17,000 Jamaicans could die from the COVID-19 if the spread continues on the current trajectory. Dr. Alverston Bailey, Associate Professor at the School of Public Health at the University of Technology, says with the rapid spread of the virus, it is time for a reality check for Jamaicans. He has noted the Health Ministry's prediction that about 1.5 million Jamaicans, that is practically 50% of the population, give or take a few thousand, approximately 1.5 million Jamaicans will contract COVID-19, adding that the current death rate is of great concern. Uncle Pizzle, big up yourself in the family. Appreciate the contribution and the support. I think the first time I see the name, for the first time I check in, give thanks. So I appreciate the support. Warrior Star, big up on yourself. Moderators, mad. I soon big up some people. Now give me a little time there. So I give a breakdown of the numbers again, because people don't really understand what really are going on in a dance. There are predictions that approximately 17,000 Jamaicans could die, may die, as a result of the COVID pandemic. The prediction from the island's lead epidemiologist is that approximately, and an approximation is not an exact figure. Zane, it can be lower, it can be higher, but it is a general ballpark figure. Approximately half of the population of the country, 1.5 million Jamaicans will contract. Not me, no, listen to this. He has noted the Health Ministry's prediction that about 1.5 million Jamaicans will contract COVID-19, adding that the current death rate is of great concern. On Sunday, the Ministry of Health and Wellness reported that COVID-related deaths had jumped by 7 to a total of 67. So on Sunday, I think that was the highest death toll for any given day since March the 13th, I think, when we had our first case. 7 one day. Yeah? Anti. Now, Professor Bailey told Radio Jamaica News that the government must immediately enforce mask wearing to avert a calamity. He added that the government needs to improve its messaging concerning the disease. You know, in all fairness to the government, you know we not come here to defend the government for no reason at all. But in all fairness to the government, they have been trying. You understand? Trying hard enough in some instances, maybe not. But they have been trying. People just not business. People just not care. You understand? The reality to do is that the government might need to reconsider the fines associated with some of these breaches. You understand? So yes, them still have to take some responsibility, but the reality is that there has been public education campaign geared at sensitizing the population as it relates to the ills and trivials of the COVID-19. But tell you what, based on my observation, people out in the streets, out in social media, are more readily accepting of fake news, rumors, than actually spending some time to acquire the requisite information and the knowledge as to how to treat with the situation. Yeah. Lou, big up yourself and what they are, give thanks. Zine, so make one man create one message for say, yo, for example, there's a message going around, 1 million people send it to me 1 million different times. Good night, Cams. How are you, Empress? Always good to see you. Zine, about some vaccine and Bill Gates and the Prime Minister and one all manner evil. Zine, that message has been received and internalized by far more people than the messages of wearing a mask. Because anything we have to do with conspiracy and rumor, we jump on it. Anything we have to do with propaganda, we jump on it. Instead of taking the time out to try and protect ourselves. We have become so dependent on conspiracies and rumors as a means of, I don't know, comfort, entertainment, scapegoat, me don't know what it is, than the facts that exist. You understand? Me say, message, alright, there has been suggestions that field hospitals ought to be created, constructed to deal with the spike that was expected. Because in reality, the epidemiologist, the CMO, the Minister of Health, and the Prime Minister has, and as often as they can, stated that the numbers were going to increase significantly. Remember them tell us about half of the population I get it. I see where the shipment of the materials for the field hospital that is being constructed at the National Chest Hospital came down and people take it, put caption on it, say vaccines reach Jamaica. Like, me not understand Rasta. Like, and some of them same people that walk up and down without masks, them now sanitize them and them a keep party, whether them uptown, downtown, or around town. So anything what have to do with rumors and conspiracy, we jump on it instead of trying to find ways to safeguard ourselves. I don't understand it still. You see? And thing. But I don't know Rasta. And next thing, the people them out there we feel like say everything what them think is a story for them is supposed to be a story to teach them. Oh, don't bother me. You understand? So don't take up every old thing and send to my phone and say, yo, teach them do a story and feel like me gonna do a story. Me no work for you, brother or sister. You understand? Why me I get up and run go do a story when me can't validate and verify things? Eh? Me I start block someone. People vex when they send out things and you don't do no story about it. Y'all pick up for the government. Pick up for which government? My business about government around here, sir. I own it, man. Dexter Fremantle, big up yourself for the broski. Yeah, man, I appreciate the support. Yes, I appreciate the contribution too. You understand? People have half to teach because them send things to iPhone and I just look at it and move on because it don't make no sense to I and I. And everything that is a story for you is a story for me family. You understand? If me can't see say the sky blue, then I can't come and say the sky blue. You understand? Oh, me fi come and say the sky black when the sky is blue. Then I can't do that. Then I don't know what I'm tuning in. Johnny H, pick up yourself in a family. You understand? We not take press them with the family. So if you send something to me, remember it is up to my discretion whether or not me want to turn it into a video. You feel what me I say? Don't feel because you send it to my phone means say automatically go and become a video. You know what? So. You understand? Nobody can just send something to me and me just get up and turn in a video if me not sit down and analyze it myself. That's not say work around here, sir. At the end of the day, you know, whether you want to believe it or not, the influence what this platform have is amazing. So I'm not going to take my platform for the dissemination of things that I can't verify. You understand? So whatever agenda we have, let me tell you the agenda that we have. The agenda we have is to make Jamaica, try to make Jamaica the best place it can be. That is the one agenda me got. You understand? So if you have an agenda with green or an agenda with orange, no bring it come here. You understand? We don't play that. So I just have put that out there. So when you use your phone to send my phone things, think about it good. Because I mean they're not foolishness. You understand? Time too serious for your foolishness right now. Time is so serious. Alright, we'll move on because we're done with the people. Yeah, me say, man, the thing serious out there. Let me show you a thing serious. See? And I know that this had, I mean it had having, I mean it had, and it is still having. Because then people say, then boy, you're a teacher, you can't even talk. People are easy, you know? So let me clarify myself. You understand? Watch it. Malisa, man, nah, man, everything good, man. I know that many teachers had reservations about venturing out in the physical classroom space long ago in Bethlehem. You understand? And many teachers understand that, look, this thing may continue where we still have to go to school in the physical space go teach not so long from now. And this probably, above all the cases of fatality among COVID-19, has shaken the teaching profession to its core. As the Kingston College Vice Principal dies reportedly from COVID-19. I remember, you know, the VP died and school now keep, you know. You understand? So I know a teacher who them probably the kind of try brave it out, you know, but then catch them free since this school. And I have to understand. You understand? Because the reality is that many teachers still take public transportation. Zane? Most of the youth them are public transportation and take come to school. So it means that the exposure, the possibility of exposure within the physical space of schooling is boy, I don't even know. Juliet Wilson, Vice Principal of Kingston College, died on Sunday morning. The watcher, Wagwan Broski, Wilson had reportedly contracted the coronavirus and had underlying medical conditions. So she had comorbidities or pre-comorbid conditions. You understand? And without even going into any details about the thing, it really and truly sad when any Jamaican lose their lives to this virus. Yeah? But as an educator who knows many other educators, I can tell you that this one has, you know what I mean? So, many teachers are not enthused about the online or the virtual interfacing with students because, especially in my institution, based on the nature of the students we have, it is not the most productive way of engaging with the students. See? So, even though many of them may not be fans of the virtual space right now for various reasons, resource challenges on the students, resource challenges on teachers' part, because, I mean, it's not really every teacher would have got to be blessed like I teach them, you know, if you have all sort of resource at my disposal to engage my students online. You see me? As simple as, not simple, as alarming as this might sound, you have teachers out there who don't have access to a proper functioning device to engage them students, you know. I tell you that, you know. You understand? So, many teachers, despite the challenges, wouldn't mind engaging in the physical space. But I can tell you, say, some teachers are happy that no face-to-face thing can go on. It's a mixture of things, yeah, man. It things that way. You understand? I have been trying to impress upon the members of my department that it go rough. I guess my catchphrase these days is that it dirty tough. You understand? And the concerns are real. The challenges are even realer. You understand? And it may become worse. See? More students will lose out in a real sense, and the whole thing is just a mess. Also, one of the conversations that I have been having with people around me is the reality that if this COVID situation persists at the levels that it is and it gets worse, it means that somewhere along the line, teachers' salaries may have to be put into context. May I say that again? This is a real fear for many educators. This is a real fear for many government workers. In that the reality is that the country now make no money. The longer the virus hangs around, the longer it takes for the economy to recover and production to go back to somewhere close to where it was prior to the pandemic, there is a real possibility that civil servants may have to start thinking about how they will be paid. Many persons now have that conversation, you know, but we're taller than them, so we are fairer than them, as Ching Ching once said. You understand? So, this pandemic has so many implications for so many people. You know, I was sitting down one of them day there, and during editing Jamison's interview, and he says that it is important for people to have a plan B. Zin? I mean, that's not where me just a learning. I mean, me been know that, you know. But based on the context of the times that we're living in, based on the challenges that the COVID pandemic has brought with it. The reality is that in these days, plan B is not enough. You need a plan C. You understand? I was also mulling around in this very above average size head of mine, that one of the most important lesson that I would have learned from this thing is that whatever career you pursue, whatever put food on your table, you should reassess. Why I feel like me attack so loud? And try to make your income stream as disaster proof as is possible. You understand? So you realize that many businesses are closed down. Many businesses will never recover, because those businesses were not even COVID, but disaster proof. You understand? So much so, you don't always hear me talk about farming and say me want farming. I have taken massive strides, made massive strides in trying to get the farming thing up and running, because me need a plan C. Yeah? So fine. Teaching a plan A, because that we start out with. The YouTube a plan B, but me know so that YouTube thing you know really foolproof like that. So we are work, Zine, but we know say that's something a kind of is a delicate thing. You understand? Nah, man, we don't need to ask fire me for the help. I don't good, man. Everything good, man. Yeah, I say. You see it? So, but I want to take the time out right now to talk to the people and when you hear the I voice. If you have a plan A, you need to find a plan B. If you have a plan B, you need to find a plan C. Until you can reach down to D. You understand? Because of something it's rough. You see it? People are gonna always have money, Malik. Some people may not have none, but you gotta have people who gonna always have money. There are some people who can't broke again. You understand? So there's always people who buy food. Remember that. So everybody might not work, but there are some people who can't broke again. You see? Thing rough, Rasta. Let me take this opportunity to extend my sympathies to the Kingston College family, but more so the biological family of Miss Juliet Wilson, educator extraordinaire. I mean, I have not heard anybody say one bad thing about this lady. I have been following the reports and the tributes in the paper and on the news and stuff, and it's sad. One more the good one pass on. You understand what I say? I am not entirely sure what pre-existing condition she had, but the things that are way, man. You see me? Andrew Blake said, teacher, man, I want to go on my general. The farming isn't as easy as you may look at it, you know. But if you have the capitals and the land. Nothing in life not easy, brother. Teaching not easy. YouTube not easy, but we do it, done. Yeah, man. Thing, as I say, you never know what you can do until you try, family. Yeah, that's what I say. And I would have known who... I have tried many ways to make money in this country before. Some work, some no work, some may lose money. Some was a mistake. But you know what thing, we still keeping on. You understand? Because one day, yeah, man. Hendrix, well, me only can talk about what me hear still, you know. You understand what I say? I never attend cases still, and what me hear in the streets a good thing, so. And I mean, I don't really speak ill of nobody in them passing either. You understand? So that is the next thing too. You see me? I have spoken recently to the fact that if I have to go somewhere where upon entering, why me can't find the background there, are attempting to enter a building, them tell me say, my affair. Hold on, peace. May I search something I can't find. Them have to go spray sanitizer upon my hand. Me not go in there. You understand? And I am very serious about it. Before so me not go in there. You understand? So if me can walk with my own sanitizer to put upon my hand, then me now go in your establishment, family. Because the reality is that you don't know what them have in them back there, you know. I mean, not tell nobody say, yo, them supposed to go up against sanitization, and I would have never do that. But what I tell you say, right now, if you have to spray something for me and me not go in there. I'm going to tell you exactly why. Me I search in my background, but then it gone. But you are going. Let's go to the beach. Make we have a party upon the sun. You understand? Because right now, I can't find the rest of sitting there. Me don't know that's sitting there. Didn't mean they have to go look too far. Then right now, let's go to the beach. Make we have a party upon the sun, girl. Take off your wrap. Me want to see you now. Alright, never mind. So, upon the beach with it. You understand? Yeah, man. I could go and use this. Then what? I have heard of a number of occasions, instances, where people have suffered injuries to their hands after being sprayed by security personnel at different establishments with whatever concoction. I don't want nobody spray nothing on my hand. So I walk with my thing and I say, General, see my own thing here. Boom, boom, boom. I can't go. No, I go and I go. Argument done. You understand? So now tell me, say, if I know where you have in there, if it's spray pot, I now go in there. You see? Viewer discretion is advised. This is a man hand. I am sure it's not so the man hand did stay all him life. This man hand is not a foreign hand, it's a yard hand. Mark John is alive. Well, I could not use my hands. Sanitizer delivers pain and depression for a Manchester man. Them changing name to Mark John, but not a real name. Right now, Jaja, For weeks, he stared at dead skin in his darkened palms as he inched closer and closer to depression. Yeah, man, I know I look awful, but you see, I have to send the message, you know. Make your message reach them, like. So, I did say viewer discretion advised long time. But I know if it affect you, because we take it down, look up. You understand? Because I done telling you, say, you know. Say, my hand, normally, when the girl them hold me hand, them normally say about teach. Then, what kind of work you do like? Because your hand them just nice up. Yes, and soft, and you know, we manly, you know, he's a manly man, but we hands them, you know what I mean? The girls them like them. So, you understand? So, me realize, from me been a go the other day, and me been a go some place, and me I say, my and them, you know, coconut brush, that feeling that me I get from my nice, clean and them. And me I think about it and me I say, but normally, my hand them not stay so. And me start do the maths and me I realize, this whole heap of spraying up business. First thing, it a dry out your hand. You understand? Now you start feel like brush. And me I say, no, that can't work. So I made that conscious decision, say, nobody not spray nothing for my, me say before, so me not going there. You understand? I was see Tesserine and Sizzler fan. It is the result of the use of a hand sanitizer he accepted at a store or stores in the Manchester capital Mandeville in late July. But it is hard for him to pinpoint the exact store. And John said he visited more than one a couple days before he got a grasp that something had gone wrong. My hand them start getting stiff, and me see some fine bumps starting to come up, and the joints of the fingers start bust up. He said as the condition of his hands worsened, he became increasingly worried and decided to visit his doctor in Mandeville. The doctor said the damage is already done, and it takes some time to penetrate the skin, maybe about 3 or 4 days after I got that chemical, he related. According to the 48-year-old civil servant, the doctor also told him that in recent weeks, he had seen several similar cases in the Manchester capital, but his was among the worst. One of John's co-workers is among the cases in Mandeville. And the doctor, John received a prescription he later filled, but the recovery was like watching paint dry. I actually go into depression, but I said I have to get over this. Then sometimes the things that people say, if you are weak, you get in a panic, and all these things, he said. By now, cooking had become impossible. Bathing was a task, and John had to muscle up to bear the pain to touch everything but the air with his now cracked, tender, darkened hands. Basically, I could not use my hands, said John. He then visited a second doctor who gave him a similar diagnosis, a negative reaction to a hand sanitizer. It was at this point that a nurse friend suggested that he use homemade castor oil to moisturize his palms as often as necessary. John took the advice and proceeded on vacation leave from work, but still life had to go on. It was a recurring task to convince storekeepers, particularly supermarkets, that he could not accept their sanitizers because of the condition of his hands. As a solution, he would walk around with a box of latex gloves and would fit a new pair to be allowed entry to some stores. However, there were times John would be refused admission as he insisted that he could not accept their hand sanitizer. Anybody want to tell me if you're not going to them place, then fine, then I go me yard. You understand? You have oxygen in their cell. Then if you don't have oxygen, me don't need that. You understand? Me can't live without what you have in there, you know. Or get it somewhere else. Say if you don't have oxygen around there, then me not have to come in your store, Rasta. You understand? So me don't tell guy them, you know, if when me roll up with my hand sanitizer, you know, want me use my own, then you go use for your hand, Rasta. Because me gonna spray First thing, me no man a spray nothing for my hand in the first place. Plus, me a say, alright, because me is a good citizen, like, me a try work with the thing. Then, no rasta. Cause from the start, I think, man a spray things for my hand. And then me no grow the hell with it either. You never see one woman at them place as beer man. Stretch out your hand, give man for spray. No. But we are see because the things that are way. You understand? And we are try to play our little part in that thing. But right now, brother, we want to keep on the spray to yourself, rasta. You understand? Yeah. I'm sure there now. As an alternative, well, however, there were times John would be refused admission as he insisted that he could not accept their hand sanitizer. As an alternative, John said he would pull out a pack of hand wipes with which he also traveled, but that too would not soften security guards posted at storefronts to ensure sanitization compliance by customers. At that point of his recovery, John recalled that even regular rubbing alcohol felt like pouring hot water in an open cut. So this him and them start look like hands again. Like, see them are clear up like. You understand? But after more than a month of constant use of castor oil, John's hands are almost completely healed, and he is raising his palms to the heavens again. It was hard to deal with. You can imagine you go somewhere and most of the time your hands have to be in your pocket. Now John wants to raise awareness so that people can be vigilant about substances being offered as hand sanitizers. He wants business places to ensure that they are using approved sanitizers, and he wants the health authorities to do random testing of the substance being used by stores. That is not even the worst part of it in the rest. Market flooded with unapproved sanitizers. A probe in downtown Kingston, Halfway Tree, and Maypen has found that a flood of unapproved hand sanitizers are on shelves for sale to unsuspecting members of the public who could be putting themselves in danger as the use of these products increases as the island battles coronavirus pandemic. So last Thursday, a Sunday Gleaner team visited 10 retail operations in downtown Kingston, the main commercial district in the island, inquiring about the sale of sanitizers by each. The sanitizers shown by 9 of the stores, some long-established trading centers, were not on the approved list provided by the National Compliance and Regulatory Authority (NCRA) on the 10th of September. Most managers were unavailable for interviews, and in one instance, when asked why an unapproved product was being sold, the store manager insisted that the sanitizer met the alcohol threshold of 62%. Right now, I'm going to start walk with one, what you call that sitting there? I soon tell you what name, a spray sitting there. Lysol sitting. Yeah, son. It meets a level. That is what is necessary, she said when further questioned. As is now widely practiced, most of the stores had an employee stationed at the entrance to apply an alcohol-based solution to the hands of potential customers wishing to enter. Most of the bottles were unlabeled, and their handlers, at least those who would answer, were not sure of the contents they were spraying. The instructions were firm. However, no spray, no entrance. They did not keep on the place, man. It was a similar case on Friday in Halfway Tree, another major corporate area shopping district. Several stores, including pharmacies in plazas along Constant Spring Road, were selling products that were not approved. Not much was different in Maypen, where bottles were unlabeled, staff unwilling to speak to their contents, and stores were also selling unapproved products. Right now, I don't know about nobody, and as I done tell you, say, I want this virus thing to to be normalized. And I am willing to play my part to as great a level as I can. However, nobody now spray nothing upon my hand. Ms. Patsy Brown, thanks for the contributions. He said, that is true. They are using some very harsh chemicals and calling it sanitizers. Even floor cleaner. Most people have allergies. The men them try rough up on this and this, and I can't touch up the females. Oh, yes, thing rough rasta. Like this man nearly lose him man by the looks of the thing, brother. You understand? And yes, we are trying to do what we can do for aid in the fight or something here. But comes if they want vex, them vex. Better them vex than me vex and stressing. You understand? And I understand the need to sanitize people. But if a man forward with him own sanitizer, a man have on gloves, a man have wipes, a man have him Lysol, then what the hell? These are things that are approved. You spray things, but I want to tell you, say, people could have spray upon some of it and I would even no rasta. That me I tell you. Right now, some of it hand could have sanitized with pee. I would even, because you don't know what them put in the back of them. You understand? I have one long list of approved sitting and I say I can put them in a stream. I can go search for them. See? Them probably can't hold still, but I try. More than likely they can't hold, but nothing try, nothing done. Boom. Why my system I move like some sanitizer, so. Then can't hold that, so. Yeah, you don't know when I back them. You see, you did it when I fool them, then anything good as in there. You understand? Let me finish read this. It's important today, long, but important. You understand? So, dermatologist Dr. Arsha Campbell Chambers said the general quality of the products and their continuous use could pose problems to users. Repeated use of soap, other detergents, alcohol and alcohol-based sanitizing gels can cause dryness, itching, redness, blisters and cracks, or fissuring of the skin, she said. The consequences of cracked or broken skin can include an increased risk of infection of the skin. This has a worse impact on persons who suffer from sensitive skin, including those who have already conditions like eczema or dermatitis, where their skin may already be dry, inflamed, or cracked, she added. So the NCRA's latest list contains 32 approved hand sanitizer, with Jamaica and China dominating as the places of origin. I don't know that I would be inclined to want to use a sanitizer from China now, you know. You understand? But the agency said it has identified 74 brands in the domestic market, with 90 samples collected since March when Jamaica confirmed its first case. 32 approved, you know, but them find over 90. You understand? More than 50,000 products have been seized to date for failure to meet the requirements. Among the unapproved hand rubs seen and brought by the Sunday Cleaner were products from Mexico, China, and Jamaica. So the NCRA said it has been working assiduously with the Ministry of Health and Wellness to monitor importers and local manufacturers to boost the 48% compliance rate with the established standards. The NCRA will continue to withdraw from sale, detain, seize, and/or condemn non-compliant products to ensure the health and safety of the public, the authorities said in a statement on Friday. There was no definitive answer to the question of the challenges it may be facing with monitoring and enforcement, but the entity said those issues were being treated as a priority because of high levels of new entrants to the market. They are inspectors island-wide who have been monitoring retail outlets and ports of entry for compliance of alcohol-based hand sanitizers with the standard. They collect samples for testing and conduct registration assessment. All manufacturers, importers, distributors, and other entities engaged in the production or trade of alcohol-based hand sanitizers are expected to comply with the requirements of the Jamaica Standard Specification for Instant Hand Sanitizers, which was first published in May of 2020. So the list is long, but you have brand name, country of origin, Advanced Jamaica, Benjamin's Jamaica, Body Philosophy, Advanced UK, Body Philosophy, Honolulu, Midnight, and Passion Fruit UK, Body Philosophy, Top Care UK, Bunnies Jamaica, Clean Hands China, Clean X Gel USA, The Jima China, Fimi Natural Jamaica, JK Victoria Aloe China, JK Victoria Lavender China, Lee's China, Lovali Pure Clean Aloe Vera China, Lovali Pure Clean Aloe Vera Gel China, Lovali Pure Clean Lemon China, Lovali Pure Clean Lemon Gel China, Max Jamaica, Nurse's Choice, Lemony Delight Jamaica, Ochi Soaps Jamaica, One for All Jamaica, Pen China, Purell USA, Self Care Jamaica, Smart Lemon Scent Jamaica, Star Jamaica, UL in Jamaica, Ultra Care Jamaica, I'm tired. Ultra Care Aloe Vera and Vitamin E Jamaica, USHAS China, and Versa Jamaica. Then you know say what I sanitizer them and China them a come from. Then you know say sitting around with that. Yeah? It's like some man make gun. And then when gun start kill people, then start make bulletproof vests for sell to the people them. And then still I make. Then I die by doing Right now, one Lysol and me good at that me I walk with. You understand? Me spray that for my and if you don't want to let me not a for your business. Me gone somewhere else. You understand? After you know more than me. Spray that for my And a dumb then dumb pay na Miss June Reader we go buy. Yeah, we send money go over there go buy them. They're free. This hand sanitizer debacle is one less problem that we need. That sound wrong. It's one problem that we don't need. It's another problem that we don't need in this coronavirus. Right now, me all confused. You understand? Yeah, peeps. So you know, CSEC them kind of release some things. And some people happy and some people sad. Some people are bad while some people glad. Some people are right while some people mad. You understand? We know some people go ask, oh, teach all your students them do. No ask me no question. Me teach you no pity them. I would have had my cohort was what 17 students. And normally as no matter how many students I get, I allow them to sit the subject. But 2 of them did not pay. One of them no come to school from the devil was a boy, and one of them say, sir, I can't manage, so I not go pay for it. I say, all right, big up yourself. So 15 of my students had paid for the subject. And bear in mind that my subject, my school, we don't get the champions and immaculate and Andrews and Georges and them type of school caliber students. We build, we take, you understand, flour and make nice, round, smooth, nice dumplings. You understand? Yeah. Are them things that we do. And we take wheat and we make nice brown bread. You understand? And we take egg and make hamlet and them things. You understand what I say? This work we are work. Also, as a teacher, I can tell you my students who will pass and my students who will not pass for a combination of reasons. Yeah. So 15 did. I had 11 of the 15 to pass. Unfortunately, 2 did not for whatever reason. Only CSEC can tell. So of the 15 who sat the exam, nine students passed. I mean, it's not the greatest results, but I mean, we give thanks. We know the struggles what we have to go through to get the youths them ready for exam. Not just before COVID, but long before now. So, you know what I mean? It would have been good if the 11 when I say I go pass, they go pass. And I don't know. So speaking about the subject that I teach. So, I mean, it's what it is. We'll go again. We try again. We try to get some more youths to pass the next time. And the reality, the two students that did not pass though, those were out of the 11, the 2 that attended school, the least. They would have been health issues along the way. I think one of them grave financial issue, among other things. So, but they still had the ability to pass. And even in the preparation, after we went back to school in July, they were not a part of the group. So, you know what thing, yeah, it's what it is, yeah, man. We do, at the end of the day, let me tell you how me deal with the CXC thing. When CXC result come out, I would have known before the exam that I would have done every single thing that I can do for my students. Yeah. It is no secret that teachers in this country do SBAs. Yes, and despite the implications of that is the reality. Because you will not go and get an SBA from a child where substandard and you not try to improve the youth SBA. You understand what I mean? It's just the reality of that. Teachers go above and beyond for them youths. You understand? So you know what thing go. It would have been nice for the 11 to pass. Like I knew, and I never write off my students, but I know when a child can make it versus when a child can't make it. I mean, I have been surprised a few times in my teaching career, but generally, and I can tell you the grade where you go and get, Zane, quite a long way before the exam, because we've been doing this long enough to know the thing. You understand? But many teachers have, and parents, and as a matter of fact, I started realizing the trend even before it became very vocal in the news. And I was speaking with one of my colleagues, one of my senior member from the department, and we were looking at the profiles. She was looking at the profiles for her subject, CSEC teaching subject, which was social studies, and I was looking at my geo profile. And I was noting that I have, I think, funny enough, the 2 child that failed. Let me write on my profile them somewhere. Hold on. Oh, it's sitting there. Oh, yeah. Because we have to analyze the results and sitting here. So I did start mine. The 2 child that failed, their profiles are exactly the same to 2 students who got grade 3s. But I understand though that say this, so the profile is where is it? DBE, right? So that is one profile. But that is one of the persons who failed. They got a 4. The reality is that the scale for D is not just say it will then be 20. That scale can be just saying can be between 15 and 20. So it means that the letters may be the same, but the values are different. And you still have a factor in SBA. However, when you sit down and you analyze the profiles for many subjects and students who get a 1 versus a 2 or a 3 versus a 2 or a 3 versus a 4 and so on, you realize that students who have failed have the same profile. For example, geography has 3 profiles. See it? And you realize that for each profile, they have the same letter grade, but 1 fail and 1 pass. And there have been instances, even in my group, where the student who failed with the same profile with a student who pass or a better SBA grade than the student who fail. So then now, the reality is that questions will naturally be asked. There have been petitions trying to get CXC, and CXC will tell you that these are preliminary grades. No go so. The grade them is the grade them. Some countries are asking CXC to remark the papers to grade over the papers. Jamaica has also joined, where the Minister of Education, Favour Williams, has asked for CXC to revisit the grading scheme. Ms. Rosenbooks, thanks, Empress. So growing concerns over inconsistencies in CSEC and CAPE results. In light of public concerns, Education Minister Favour Williams has written to Chairman of the Caribbean Examination Council, Sir Hilary Beckles, requesting a thorough investigation into several anomalies in exam results. Preliminary Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, CSEC, and Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination, CAPE results were published on Tuesday evening. Since then, several students and parents have complained that the grades did not match the profiles on the preliminary result sheets, among other discrepancies. Meanwhile, Williams says she has sought to ascertain from CXC the circumstances that led to results being sent directly to students before schools and the ministry. This occurrence prevented the ministry from identifying in advance anomalies or errors in the results. So that is why I said I was able to see some issues from. And normally, and this is me, I never look at CSEC results until I have heard from all of my students. CSEC results are not my results. Me do CSEC long time ago. So when my students sit exam, it's for them. So it is on them to message or call me and say, sir, I pass or I fail. See? So I don't go out seeking for my student result. However, this group, like, I'm a youth them. So quick and fast, everybody link up, and the person, and many of the persons who pass would have expressed disappointments because they're never happy with them grade. You understand? The people ever get 2, I say, sir, a 1 me shouldn't get, and a 1 me did want. And the people them get 3, I said, sir, a 2 me think me did I get, and a 2 me did want. I'm sorry for disappointing. And the youth them feel, I said, sir, well, one youth said, sir, I know me let it down but I try, and I know what happened that day. I think I do enough, and your reason with the youths them. So very early Tuesday night, I would have heard from all 15 students. So then I looked at the CXE results for myself now and look at the profiles and see what might have led to people failing them something. You understand? And I was able to, from early out, realize that some things were amiss. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I don't know why CXC did not send the results to the ministry and the schools first. I suppose after the youth them results still. So I suppose there's a next way of looking at it. And I now look the excuse for my student performances, Zane, the reality is that, as I don't tell you, I never expect all 15 of them to pass. That is just the reality. As a teacher, you know. You understand? Of the 15, because there is a summary sheet that you have to do to submit to CXC. And on that summary sheet, you also have to give estimated grade that you think the child will get. Zane? Except for 2 persons, everybody get the estimated grade. The estimated grade when I give them that them get. You understand? Except for 2 persons. Zane? So, you know these things. So, I now look no excuse for my students or for me as a teacher. I'm just saying that if there are issues and inconsistencies, they need to be ironed out. We need a standardized thing. And if a child did not get the grade that they were supposed to get, CXC need to deal with it. Now, CXC, I say, you can write and for queries and all. So if you want a remark, you think it'll cost $30 on them. And one a whole heap of something. You understand what I mean? So I have always told my students, CXC is a business. You understand? In all honesty, CXC don't care if you pass or fail. In truth, CXC won't mind you fail, because if you fail, you have to go resit it and then make more money. It's a business. You understand? So don't feel like CXC is your friend. Them is not your friend. It's me is your friend. You understand? And me is the best type of friend you could have, because I'm going to tell you, say, yo, you're not ready. You understand what I mean? I say, you need to get yourself together. You see? You think you reach, you're not reach something. Sort out yourself. You understand? Me, I'm the best friend right now. You understand? So, let's see what happens. And I have said this many at CXC is a business. CXC no business with you. CXC is just business with them business. The more people feel, the more people reach it. So the more money CXC make. Then can't tell me nothing. You understand what I mean? I say, I just a reality of life that. So I know as a CXC I deliberately I make people feel. I mean, as I say, the more people feel, the more money they make. Then the argument done. When I was studying, Zane, I made this promise to myself. I will never, ever, ever fail a course. You know why? First thing, I didn't have the money to pay a school fee to begin with. Much as I go pay for resit. Then is when I forget it from, sir. Then me not got it. You understand? Anybody I don't know resit, I must own a friend them, because me know that. You understand? So while studying, I not feel no course around here, so probably we not get A for every course. But I want to tell you, I not feel that. You understand what I say? So, you know what thing go. We show over there now. Yeah. She said, she emphasized in her letter that it is in the interest of the Caribbean examination ecosystem that confidence remains in the system. As such, a transparent investigation must commence immediately. Williams is assessing, well, not assessing, is assuring the public that the ministry continues to advocate in the interest of Jamaica and will ensure that the challenges being faced by Jamaican students are effectively addressed and resolved. Yeah? So, I don't know, Star. See, I am not 100% clear on some of the other issues people are facing. I know that if the reset is easier, I don't know that it will be easier now, but what I suppose the advantage that you would have is that you would have done the exam before. You understand what I mean? I say it wouldn't be your first time. You would have known how the thing really go. You'd have known what to look for. You understand? You should by now know why you failed, so you can get your thing together for the reset. But I mean, I don't reset thing with nobody. You understand what I mean? I said, that one go. You understand? We don't have time. We don't have no money for this sitting there, brother. When we grew up, we poor, you know. You understand? Then we can't find school fee much less. You know how much time me have exam Monday morning and my tuition no pay yet? I mean 1 or 2 times, you know, I tell you times. When me have study, me have exam Monday, and Monday morning early or late Friday evening, I got exam with one local receipt where a local thing work out and them take it and give me an exam card. You understand? Like, them all make one seat for me, because them know me I come sit down the stuff here look a while, like before Monday. Many times, then when I forget money from free receipt rasta. Me not got it. Then if me can't pay on the fee first time, when me go and pay on the fee 2 times, wouldn't make sensible. That don't make no sense. You understand? So, yeah. I'm tell us that people don't know. I had a lecture in when I was studying. Zane, that time I was doing my diploma, because when I went to Michael first, I did diploma, and then we'll do a degree after that. Zane, I had a geography lecturer by the name of Claudia Aliman. She calls me professor from the first day she meet me, because she did a teach something, and I don't know, me did talk to one girl. You know a thing going. She said, if me want to come teach you laissez-faire. Me tell her yes. You understand? You know, and she was teaching plate tectonics, I think. And I mean, me name out a plate. Then we know a plate tectonics back and front. You understand? So, we just mud it up. And from that day, she called me professor. Like, she was even my supervisor when I was being assessed on teaching practice. She sent her husband for me down by Michael the Sunday. And the whole Sunday, me up her yard. I fix up my lesson plan folder. And I get my resources for teaching. Because what I do for my external assessment? Types of volcanic eruptions. No, not volcanic eruptions. Types of volcanoes. She buy everything what I need. Feeding. And on more than one occasions, that lovely lady got to exam, tell exam say, all her salary, as collateral for my tuition, so me can do my exam them. People don't know these things, you know. And yes, where I come from, you know. But because, you see, that lady they see you and rate you and know you have a thing on a level. You understand what I say? So, I understand the importance of educators in the lives of children because I am here where I am now because of a couple of educators. You understand? Mr. Carlington Johnson is now the principal of Kartel High School in St. Mary. He was my geography teacher. Miss Jasmine Williams, she was my social studies teacher and head of the Tourism Action Club. That's one I think that kind of met me into whom he is to. And Miss Tracy, she is now the principal out by Brumerville High. She was my English and literature teacher. Those people, along with Miss Solomon later, and I did, oh, no, look here. So, me understand how teachers, I interviewed a young lady on Friday for a post in my department, and she was a past student at the school. And she said that it was because of a particular teacher who is still in the department why she became a teacher. You understand? So your teacher can make you or break your family. So we try to give all to the youths them. We not shall change the youth. Because a teacher never shall change me neither still in a real life. My teacher them normally do what them for do. And if the teacher them not do what them for do, you find ways to do it yourself. You see? So I understand that thing here. See? I'm going to tell you one day I'm going to share a full story with you. I don't know what's going on here. You understand? Yeah man, Mrs. Solomon tell them say, yo, hold on pan salary there. Use it as collateral for make you do your exam. You understand? And by the time I work out, I look at thing. And you understand them free up part. Yeah, general. And I know one time she do it. You see? So then I'm going to resit subject. I mean, I have no money for paying up school fee for begin with. Oh, no, I'm going to bless up teach. Some see the glory and they never know the story. Boy, I'm if you tell you Empress Cookie. Give thanks. That back them time that they didn't do well for my school fee, but we give thanks, you know. If we did farm fool them time, they would not. You understand? We give thanks. Yeah, man. So up to this, when I went back to do my degree, she was one of my lecturers as well. And the professor, if she see me now, professor, that you have to just, and I'm tell her, sometimes you have to just see some moments, you know. Like I study one girl in her class, you know. It was the first time I meet the lady. I go in her class in the morning and Empress nice in her uniform there. I study her and you know what I mean, you see, and now pay attention in her big woman class. And she asked me if she want to come teach a lesson, and me with my little hype self say yes. And we just smash up that. You understand? And she at the same day they end up make me do a whole heap of exam in high school because she don't know a thing. You understand? And so much so, when I did teaching practice, I received the Glenn Christian Award for the teaching of geography and social studies and teaching practice. You understand what I say? I received the award for the top geography teacher across the school in my year of graduating. We no hide for anything. Our thing, that we go to school for. You understand what I say? So peeps, me tell them, you know, when and this is a youth where go to school for the first time when he was 5-year-old. I don't know the story, you know. The first time I walk going to school when me a 5-year-old. 5. 1, 2, 5. Then me can't count because when me a 5, I go to school. You understand? So from day one, we are play catch up in a rasta. You see it? And we go back again to a teacher named Miss Williams from a primary school when me there grade 4. Because me there grade 1 and grade 2 and grade 3 are bat about the place. The lady see me and for some reason she figures that me have sense. And I don't know that me did have whole heap of sense at that time. And that lady teach me to write properly when me there grade 4. Because she sees it in me. So I always tell people, say, yo man, you see the youths them where you interface with, don't give up on the youths them. More time it's rough, you know. You understand? Because some youth will make you want to give up on them. But don't give up because you don't know the effect what you will have on this child life. You don't give up on the youths them. You understand? You find ways. You see me? You think a little book will contribute to shoes and lunch money and exam fee? I mean, you see, you know, me tweet something the other day, and I that was coming from my heart. I hope that by the end of this COVID thing, people will start to appreciate teachers again. Because I promise you, there are parents now who would move the moon and the stars for school open. Because them can't deal with them own pitney. So a man like me have to deal with them. You understand? I started at 3 and all know the dots. Yeah, Rasta. So, I don't even start to stream it in one time. Then, enough about me. But me at how far we are come from. You understand? Far we are come from. So, it teaches them out there, we know everything rough. But we can't give up on the youths then. Because you never know. You never know. One word of encouragement can change a child's life. You feel what I say? One single word of encouragement can change a child's life. I have seen it for myself. I am a true testament of that. When I go to basic school, I still say only 1 year I can do because I'm too big to stay at basic school. 5-year-old. Everybody with me know I go to school from them at 2, 3. Me there yard a fly kite and I make box wheel chuck and board wheel chuck and I run up and down with scooter and then sitting there. You understand? Like, me nah nobody. But a job work still, I saw a thing for go. Cause me good as it start early and turn cruft too. You understand? But good as true me start late, me I realize I have to play catch up, so me just go and catch up. You understand? But cruft life no fit me. Cruft life no fit the structure of my face. It won't look good for my face. The cruft thing not no. So peeps, when we talk things, before we come from here, so just remember that. So, you know what thing go. Make we move on. The CSEC thing now, as I done tell you, I now look for no excuse to my students, bro. And my students did well. You understand? In the context of many things. Knowing that these youths coming to the school with averages of 40 from GSAT. You understand? Some of them not being able to read. Some of them reading below pre-primer level. You understand? And would have taken these kids and elevated them from where we got them. And students are leave with 8, 7 subjects. You understand? And when I talk about 8 trees, we are talking about 1s and 2s. You feel what I'm at that point? So, we give thanks. We still try to create productive members of the country, creative and productive citizens of this country. it is a challenge. I would have grown to not have the same love that I had for teaching a few years ago. But I understand that whilst I wake up from Mondays to Friday and have responsibility for people's kids, I will always try as best as possible to deal with them how I would want people to deal with my children. You understand what I say? I just saw a thing go Rasta. Zane? Just saw a thing go. You see me? And thing. Shall we there now? Yeah, moving on. Don't give up on the youths them. You understand? One word of encouragement, man. You don't know the power of that. Zane? A teacher can make or break a child. I can tell you that. You have seen that. Well, teachers met me. And I see teachers break youths already. You understand? We have to understand there are some responsibility we have as educators and deal with the thing on a level. You understand? Yeah, man. And that's why I always say that achieving things at my place of work now is normally way more rewarding than when I was at my previous place of work, where I get youths where average 95 to 98 in a GSAT. Them time every youth in a class I pass and I get grade 1 or 2, grade 1 and 2. You understand? But you never have to dig in yourself as a teacher because them youths they come pre-built, pre-mixed concrete. You understand? They just need to lay it. While we are there now, you have to go look at sand, you have to go look at cement, you have to go bend the steel them, you have to go dig out the foundation, you have to go get water, you have to go get your shovel and your trowel and all sort of things, and you have to build that yourself. You understand? As most time, all of them things that you get for build it, you to come out of your resources, but people don't understand them things, you know. See? Since I have been working where I have been working, I have never ever taken $1 from a child for extra class. You know how many hours I have devoted to that thing? Because the youths them need it. You know the youths them need it. You understand? So at the end of the day, it's what it is here, man. You have to just do what you have to do. That's why I tell you, say, the government, when they make people like me start feel disenchanted and don't want to be a part of the process no more, the system no more, them not understand them a lose. And I tell you, say, hundreds of teachers like me in the system and want to leave the system. Cookie Mama, blessing stage. We know the struggle. We know the struggle. Give thanks to the Empress Cookie. You understand what I say? Give thanks, man. More time we look back and we smile and we say, Jaja. Zane? Yeah, man. So, you have to just understand, peeps. The thing, it's rough. So, when the government make a man like me where, look here, we know how to get to the youths them. We know how to relate to the youths them. You understand what I say? We know how to get results. You see me? I say we know what it takes to produce results. Zane? And when you have youths like we in the system, and one of the next thing, I have been running interviews for a little bit now for fill vacancies in my department. And not one single male was interviewed. No man not interviewed. The school would have taken on a number of new teachers because some teachers either gone on leave, some move on, some all sort of something. And of all the teachers employed, there's only one male. It's only one male, and he was employed to teach mechanical engineer, I think in name. You understand? Mostly, I think you have a female teacher by Jonathan Grant. But you don't know what if a female teacher that do that. So if it was a subject where you have a female teacher, more than likely, a female again. No man no left in that thing. And the reality is that enough of the man them, the males them, biological males them in the thing, really and truly, them not ready neither, brother. You see me I say? So when a man like me walk from this, you know, I have told you many a times. I will not stay in the classroom. You understand? For many different reasons. You see? So, I take this time out and I know somebody from the government that watch the program now. It no matter your capacity, somebody I watch. Because you know say me know. You understand? Me know no there. You need to ensure say things are done and put in place to keep the teachers them who still want to teach in the system rasta. Else I have to teach youth some myself. You understand? You know much. Look here, since I have been where I have been working now, some of the best male teachers that we may ever know has moved on. See? PE HOD, General, Maths HOD, General. You have one youth, young youth, you know, teach physics and maths. Brilliant youth. Gone. You have a youth forward who teach PEs and international referee as well. Gone. You understand? So the youth them will leave the thing. Because one, them can't bother with the ministry. Them can't bother with the stakeholders, them parents, the students, them just not in it. You understand? And the next thing is that as men, we have a family to take care of, you know, and the salary where teachers get, the real, come on, man. A female might be better able to survive because she still have her little spigo where I give her a little thing. How many male teachers have a female counterpart where I give him a thing? You understand? Me remember one time as a teacher, brother, me live at 8th grade, them scared. They want credit union, you know, in name Eddie come now. See, so you borrow loan for pay a loan. Me done with them days, but me I tell you, it don't make no sense financially. It don't make no sense. For a man like me, you know, my daughter live in the US. See? And when mountain come, and me I deal with my daughter thing, US. The money when me I send for my daughter, for the more than half of my salary as a teacher. And that is just my daughter. Me have bills and them things. Plus now, me have an next child. It don't make no sense. The amount of work we do as a teacher, the money not even come close, brother. We just do this because we are where we are because of educators. You know why I became a teacher? I always said that I wanted to be to some youth what Mr. Carlington Johnson was to us as students. That man created us. And I wanted to give to some youth what he gave to me. You see me? So when the youth them pack up and gone to Canada, gone to US, gone to England, gone teach, and some of them even bother with the teaching thing. The youth them now make no money. The youth them can't sustain themselves. You see me the point? So at the end of the day, man, the government need to look on the thing and understand that the teachers them will continue to leave. And the next thing, the parents them not appreciate teachers. Like me, you know, me couldn't business of parents won't appreciate me. Because I know so when me go work, me go work, you know. And me know what me do when me go work, you know. You understand me? I say, but not everybody have the mentality they like me. Zane? The public not appreciate teachers. Nobody not appreciate teachers again. Look how much teachers been murdered recently. When me a boy I grew up, if you ever look on a teacher too hard, man, in a community, bust your ass. Now the man in the community go bust the teacher ass for you. You understand? Me say this and people take it for joke. It is easier to get rid of a teacher than to get rid of a student who is deviant out of the system. Me I tell you. Then the JTA is a political institution. You understand? So that's the next thing. Them is alright. Run for them part, run other place, run other party. So you think, look here. If the government not get them thing, and it's not even per se increasing the salaries of teachers, but create some benefits, man. Make it easier for teachers acquire a piece of land. Teachers get a house. Some administrators as in VPs and principals get concessions and vehicle and guidance councils. You understand? But then how many senior teachers how many VPs you can have? You feel what I say? How many principals you can have? Zin? So, me and just play my little part now the thing I tell the people them where are the gatekeepers and oversee the education thing. You don't need for do some serious thinking. You don't need for understand say yo. You do the math and tell me how much male teachers still in our system. How many males their university and college are pursue education? Them no business. And no disrespect to females, because you have some females stronger than some man in a school, but the reality is that you can't have a school on a certain level without strong males in the institution. I tell you that. And I one school me work. I demand them run that. I demand them one boy, see man, I come run all through all, man. Because them for them class. How we govern that? How we when a boy violate a female teacher and him just him think he come, he have to get himself together. How we no matter how a boy feel like him run a class when he stepping at that, he have to stand up and say good morning, sir. How we do them things there? How many youths left in the thing? Them youths that we are going to school here now. How many of them nice could dainty female teachers can deal with them youths here? When the soldier them left with thing, what gonna happen? Me see the soldiers them a leave. Me done tell you. Some of the best male teachers that me ever work with, me see the man them take up themselves and gone. And me I tell you some more of the man them I gotta do that. It's 2 school cycles now, 2 school year cycles when me I run interviews. And no man no did it. Me I watch a thing and me I see employment a go on and no man now come in high school. The last interview me I do Friday gone, me I say Jaja, when I did the shortlisting on the day before, no, the interview was on Monday. I don't remember. But me do the shortlisting like 2-3 days before. And me I go through the application, not even one man rasta. Because the man them a cut left this. The man them can't maintain themselves and them family with a salary. What them a get out of teaching and what the benefits there. So as me I say, it's not even about the physical salary itself, you know. You understand? But how about making it easier for teachers, as me say, acquire a piece of land so them can start build them house? Yes, NHT is there. But the reality is that a man pay so much loan because him take student loan. You understand? Thank God me never did go that route there. It was a struggle, but me give God thanks. Him pay a student loan. By the time him start work, him have this to do and take care of them people and that. Zine? So how much NHT are willing to give him to build a house? Or him salary can say him can pay for your house and SLB a take all our money. We have to look here, a thing not as hard as the people. I always say that, you know. The thing them not as hard as people make it thing. Sometimes some simple look at things, brother. You understand? I mean, I said them probably not realize what I have seen it. The males are leaving the classroom. And it's not loving man, them not love teaching, you know. It's just that they cannot take care of themselves and them family out of teaching alone. And sometimes the dictates of the teaching thing means you can't even hustle on the side. Because the amount of things where you have to do in a day, and once you have probably extra response, you're a great supervisor, you're a HOD, you have more work to do. Plus you have your youth to come attend to when you come in your yard. So the man can't even go hustle. So what the man going to do? The man going to find a way out. And most times the way out is out of Jamaica Rasta. Look, and let me tell you this. Look at the trend of indiscipline in school and look on the rise, and we can guarantee you say that rise in indiscipline is inextricably tied to males leaving the classroom. Take it from me. Tell me, I tell you. Just track it and look at the general rise in indiscipline in school, and students start fight off people and them something there. Most of the man them left. Yeah, man. And then as me I say, some of the youth me see I left teachers college now, so them want, and you have to start somewhere, you know. But the first thing you have to be as a man is a man Rasta. I'm left it there, sir. I'm gone. So I don't want people feel like say, yo, I love my job. I love my job as a teacher. I loved it. I don't love it no more, so much no more. You understand? But when I go to work, my youths them can tell you a business me come. You understand? I'm not joke thing with no guy. You gotta have a time when, and I mean that's one of the reasons why the youths them take on to it, because the youth them can relate to it, so we have to laugh. Seeing, but when a business time, you feel what I say? So I just saw a thing go. You see me? Thing rough out there, man. And I get rougher. Because man them are left. Right now, if I never have a COVID, more man left gone. Some school they soon have 195% female ratio to male staff. But I tell you, I'm not say the ladies them can't deal with the thing, but because you have some woman rough, me I tell you that. And them they're not gouting with no guy. But the reality is that when they come on to certain things, the soldier them have to deal with it. I just saw a thing go. You understand? When school locked down and search a go on. How many female can't search me? You understand? A female teacher search female students just. You hear some things come on the compound because them the type of school we working in. I would link you and I say, sir, you know, so me hear say XYZ, Ray. Then I will go for. I will go around there. You call nice, dainty Miss Maitland, not teaching any of my school name, sir. And then I don't want to say, yo, teacher, admire Miss Maitland. Not teaching any of the name, sir. I just use one name. You understand? You don't know what, yo. Well, I love my country, I love my profession, but I could deal with some party, you know, party shop business, yeah. Phillips names 20-member interim shadow cabinet. Phillips have more people in cabinet than MP still. I'm not fight him neither still. I just say. So People's National Party, speaking about People's National Party, I want to tell us that the presidential race a warm up. I see a Dan and the support where they must say a Lisa and a lead. You understand? A lead, Mark Golden was the nearest person to her. Them, they me and the way down so. Zane, but make we see how you go now. You understand? Make we see how you go. But believe it. I believe which by there. I believe which by there. You see it? I believe it right there. So. The PNP said the interim shadow cabinet will facilitate the effective functioning of the opposition in parliament until the party elects a new leader. Phillips, having announced his intention to step down as president of the PNP following his landslide defeat to the Jamaica Labour Party in the September 3rd polls. The party indicated that members who were unsuccessful in the election were disqualified from selection to the shadow cabinet, while all qualified members of the previous shadow cabinet have been asked to maintain their existing portfolio oversight responsibilities. So those responsibilities that were exercised previously by members who were unsuccessful in the election have been reassigned to newly elected members in the House and the Senate, the party said. So leader of the opposition, planning and development and defense, Dr. Peter Phillips. Yeah. Finance and public service, Mark Golding. Lambert Brown is also in the public service shadow portfolio. National Security Shadow Minister Fitz Jackson. Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Lisa Hanna. Justice and Leadership of the Opposition Business in the Senate, Senator Donna Scott Motley. Education and Training, Dr. Angela Brownberg. Community Development and Culture, Damian Crawford. Health and Wellness, Dr. Maurice Guy. Industry, Competitiveness and Global Logistics, Anthony Hilton. Tourism, Senator Janice Allen. Transport and Works, Michael Phillips. Labour, Social Security and Special Abilities, Senator Dr. Floyd Morris. Mining and Energy, Leader of the Opposition Business in the House, Philip Palwell. Science, Technology and Information, Julian Robinson. Land and Housing, Senator Sophia Fraser-Binns. Agriculture and Rural Development, Lawton Cousins. Local Government, me tired, Natalie Nita. Should I name Edley again? Youth, Gender Affairs, Entertainment and Sports, Denise Daly. Kind of curious that Denise Daly has been named opposition spokesperson and youth still. Me not have nothing against Miss Daly, but Miss Daly, put it this way, I don't know that when I was a youth, if Miss Daly couldn't really, relate to me as a youth still. You see? Yeah. And Water, Environment and Climate Change, Senator Norman Horn. You see? I want to tell us that Norman Horn say him go contest. He is ready to contest the presidential election within the party as well. Norman Horn, if memory serves me correctly, Norman Horn was over NDM. Then he was over JLP. Then he was PNP. Then he was jail. I don't even remember all the places that Norman Horn has been. But he has been in all party. He probably did all use power with Asta Black one at a time. Yeah, probably all a par with Ruan Chung right now. I don't know. But he has been in all many places. But him say, I read one article where him say him interested in a party seat. Right now, everybody in a PNP interested in a party seat. In a president seat there. And that is the problem. One of the biggest problem right there already. And I now say them to unpick nobody like how they unpick Phillips the last time. I'm saying the reality is that you need to look at your situation. You need to look at the state that you find yourself in. You need to look at the context of certain things. And you know would see the people and who are best fit to lead the party out of the trials and tribulations that them in. And here what the PNP presidential thing will come down to. It will come down to popularity and looks. That is how it come down to. And that may be a next disaster waiting to happen. You understand? Philip Palwell apparently interested. Every time I say Philip Palwell, one spirit of crassness just take me away. Philip Palwell. Because remember, you know, I'm marking the PNP might know not share for win my election soon. But if Philip Palwell have interest in a PNP presidential seat, it means him have interest before becoming prime minister. Philip, I would like to sit down and have a one-to-one reason with Philip Palwell. I may go say Mr. Palwell, Me no doubt say you, as a MP people them like you know. Me no doubt that the MP thing is not what me interested in. But between me and you understand? If you mean Jamaica any good and you want the best of Jamaica, leave certain things alone. Let sleeping dogs lie. Big Omanti. You understand? Yeah, man. It's the spirit of crassness when it's like, yeah, said to me, say, right now, Rural Reid for be president of the Labour Party and become prime minister. Or Daryl Vassy become prime minister of the country. And Mark Daryl Vassy is loved by his constituency, you know? But when we had constituency and party president are two different things. It's not a birthday party thing. You understand? Philip Palwell. Philip Palwell have more scandal back than Westing Rasta. Philip. But me telling you for a long time, you know. A long time I telling you. Me say Palwell back Phillips because him know say Phillips lifespan short and him have presidential aspiration. But no listen when teach him talk to you know. You understand? Through my head big it look like he block certain things you know. No listen. Oh no stay there and now look past my head. You know alright. No I go on a John shop you know. Right now a party I sell on a John shop still. But yeah, that are the shadow cabinet. You understand? And me discuss the whole Lisa thing already, you know. We don't need to touch it again. Zane, but put it this way. If I was a comrade in the People's National Party, Zane, I wouldn't vote for Lisa Anna as party leader. Because when me sit down and analyze Lisa, I don't know that Lisa have the mettle, the temperament, the wherewithal for really and truly not only lead a People's National Party, but also Jamaica. I'm very honest with that. You understand? So for the people them who say Lisa for running part, and I'm in a business with the PNP, you know, or JLP, you know, I just say, we talk, because next thing I say, yo, Zane, why Lisa is a choice to run the party? On what grounds? What would she have done to forgive you? Because remember, you know, when I talk about somebody we like, you know, we are talking about a potential prime minister of the country. Don't forget that when you talk about a party leader, always talk about the leader of a party as a potential prime minister. You understand? So, Lisa, fine. But why? On what grounds? Because I like her. Because she speaks well. But when it come down to the meat and gravy, do you see Lisa as somebody who can really pilot the ship that is Jamaica? I mean, it's a question for you to answer, you know. I not try and answer it for you, I'm just ask you. You understand? So, and remember, Lisa political capital are diminishing. You know? Members of Lisa. But in that case, then I suppose everybody in a PNP can be groomed then. Yes, Portia did it. But Portia, in all respects, to Lisa, is a whole different animal. You understand? Portia, despite the fact that she may not be as academically qualified as many of them, she have something about her where, you know what I mean? People believe in her for one reason or another. You understand? Yeah, so she can. And all me ask, you know, what credentials will Lisa Anna bring to where you say she for run the party and become? Zane, Right now, Angela Brownburg is a better candidate than Lisa Anna. I'll put that to you. But why nobody now go say Angela? Because Angela may not be as well spoken as Lisa. Angela is not as popular as Lisa. But when it comes on to mere capabilities, Angela Brownburg could then lead Lisa Anna. That are the facts of the matter. Man say group pathway. You see me? But as me I say, I don't influence the PNP. But you see that is a problem, goat status. That is a problem, you know. Not because it's a known quantity. It's an unknown quantity. Means it's not a valuable quantity. You understand what me I say? That is it, you know. So because them know Lisa and them don't know Angela, Lisa is automatically a better candidate. I mean, it's a question for people ask. You understand? Mark Golding is solid. Mark Golding, let's go bring him back him best friend, man. People don't really look forward to that. I don't know how it will go, you know. You understand? But you know, funny enough, in all of this, but just I sit down and I look at the list. But you have to remember, say, you know, and then the thing with Lisa, whether you want to accept it or not, Lisa is a part of the divisiveness in the PNP. Zine, she would have aligned herself to Peter Phillips, so she and Bunting, Stunting gang not really get along. So that's one next thing right this. I mean, everybody kind of put themselves in one position where them is sitting, as Beenie Man said in an interview, me born in a time when you have to be sitting here to teach. You understand? So, I mean, I can't influence the PNP's presidential election, you know. I am not a PNP supporter, affiliate, delegate. I am just a social media commentator who I look on anything and find it interesting. You understand? So, it's just that. You see me? So right now, the PNP, them just have a grab bag them a play. Put everybody name in one bag and grab one. Yeah, so me I say, cause it thing. Some people I say Julian Robinson, Mark Golding did clear for himself what they Norman and say I'm interested. Damian Crawford say I'm interested. Not interesting, interested. Lisa Anna say she interested. So how much delegates are in a party? You understand what I say? So as me I say, Lisa's political capital, she been a loser, you know. You know, pre, you know. You understand? Lisa lost her in her bid to become a vice president in the last election. In the last PNP internal elections. She would have struggled to hold on to her constituency. You understand? And maybe I don't know what I could say. See, I mean, if Lisa is a people's choice, Lisa is a people's choice. You understand? And funny enough, in the poll that Don Anderson did, most of the persons who were in favor of Lisa were under 35 years old, while the ones who were in favor of Mark Golding were over 55. Interesting, that part is interesting, I suppose. You understand? But at the end of the day, the delegates them really decide. And based on what the delegates would have done in the past, Zane, Damian Crawford is probably still the most popular person among the delegates. So, he would have amassed the most votes as a VP in the last election. You understand? So, I mean, you ask some people some question now and poll them. I'm going to tell you what name who they like. You understand? Right now, I don't know that the people them who have the power to select, because they would have voted for not making Lisa a VP the last time. You see me? So, and as I see it, although Mark Golding name and Lisa Anna name big in the thing, I have said it before that in all of this, the most dangerous person is Damian Crawford. Write it down. You understand? Teach them, tell you that. In the PNP presidential race, if he's serious about it, Damian Crawford is the most dangerous person. You understand? Alright. If it come down to money, Mark Golding I go win. Then it's just the truth. You understand? Mark Golding have to work a day in life. When the man them sell Deering, Bunting and Golding, the man them rich. You understand? Then him money enough. Plus, I am certain you will have the support and backing of one Peter Bunting. Because Peter Bunting still want be something. Him still pan the hunting. You understand? So, you have to factor in that too. And if Mark Golding and Peter Bunting are financing campaign, then sir. Philip Palwell. I'm gone here. I don't know, so when they come on to the part of politics, I like it thing. Tony Shea, Mr. Tony Shea, big up yourself in the Empress. Hope you're good enough. You understand? Yeah, man. I could move on. I must slip some things, you know, because night I come. Zine, I did this video earlier in the week where the JSEC reported that there were a series of coordinated attempts at the lives of JCF members and their family. Them lock up some people and thing. So JCF would have launched a high-level probe following coordinated attacks on members. My understanding, unofficially, is that persons assigned to a particular unit in the JCF were attacked. Police officers were injured. A lot of the information has been kept out of the public domain because I suppose the sensitive nature of the situation. But the JCF has launched a high-level investigation into what is believed to be 3 coordinated attempts on the lives of police officers and their families on Friday, the 18th of September. Because I never stream. I stream Sunday? I don't know, yeah, man. The police report that 3 men are in custody in relation to the incidents. Due to the very sensitive nature of this high-level investigation, the constabulary is unable to disclose further details. Yeah? So in responding to the incident, the police commissioner, Major General Anthony Anderson, had moved to assure the nation that the JCF remains undeterred in their efforts to bring down criminal gangs. So it would suggest, based on that statement, that these coordinated attempts at police personnel was linked to some investigation in relation to CETA. Yeah, Finar, as I say, I know certain local things, but as I would have said many times that when I come sit down in this chair, 100% of the things I say is 10% of the things I know. You understand? And I am very deliberate in the things I say and do for various reasons. You understand? So, but me know some things, man. Me know some things. You see me? Teach them, be a man if you focus on the make business. Jaja. DJ Genius, big up yourself, you know. You understand? So what you know? So these latest attacks have only served to strengthen the resolve of the JCF to dismantle criminal gangs and thing. So as I say, the details, I mean, man like Finar know certain things. And as I say, we hear a few things, but so we can't verify certain things. Sometimes we just leave them alone. Yeah. So you know my style already. Peace, it streams start it. So if it crash, we're not going away. Right? I don't know. I updated my macOS software today, so that may be a little bit unstable. So I don't know. Hopefully everything good. Police sergeant shot and injured in Kingston. So peeps, we are moving to one section I think where if you see in the title it say yard run red, on pre you are going so. Police sergeant shot and injured in Kingston. Top level probe is on the way following the shooting of a sergeant of police while on duty in Manly Meadows, Kingston 2 on Saturday, the 19th of September. So reports from the Elliston Road police are at about 5:46 a.m. The sergeant, accompanied by a constable, responded to a robbery in the community. On their arrival, 2 armed men were seen standing on a roadway. On approach of the lawmen, the assailants opened gunfire which caused the officers to return fire. The sergeant received a gunshot wound to his shoulder before the gunmen escaped in the area. So the officer was taken to hospital where he was treated and released. The constable was not injured during the incident. Yeah? Write them down. JDF soldier dies after being shot by a gunman. I got this story when I woke up this morning, got the picture and stuff. But I have been daddying all day, most of the day. You understand? So I didn't really do no work until I do the Kartel video earlier in the evening because the local man did asleep and you know what I mean? Thing and thing. So yeah. Sad situation. And you know the weird thing about this. If this soldier, a part of the team that he was, had killed these men in the shootout, you then hear say soldier or police murder innocent men, you know. You understand? Road of them probably black. Young, new, 21 years old, I think. And tire bun, but a young youth to try make him country a better place is murdered and not a pin drop. A Jamaica Defence Force soldier who was shot by a gunman in Kynon on Thursday night has died. The identity of the deceased has not yet been ascertained. Well, this article, but I'm sure it would have been released in other articles. So reports are that the soldier was part of a joint police military team that went to the Milk River community in the park at about 7 p.m. to carry out an anti-gang operation when criminals opened gunfire at the law enforcers. So the soldier was shot during the encounter. He was shot in his head, I gather. So the police said he was rushed to hospital where he was admitted, but sources indicated that he succumbed to his injuries on Friday morning. A quantity of ganja was seized by law enforcers during the clampdown. It is still unclear if anyone was arrested during the raid. Whole computer move GG, you know. You see me? Condolences to the family and friends and colleagues of the young army man. Alright, so. Policeman charged by IPROB for breaches of the Firearms Act. He has been sentenced. Basically a thief, Scotty thief gun. A policeman who was charged with breaches of the Firearm and Larceny Acts by the Inspectorate of the Professional Standards Oversight Bureau. I don't know why they sit down for so long, you know. On Thursday, the 23rd of January, was sentenced following his appearance in the Home Circuit Court on Friday, the 18th of September. So Constable Johnny McBean pleaded guilty to illegal possession of firearm, illegal possession of ammunition, and simple larceny on Wednesday, the 24th of June. He was later sentenced to 6 years imprisonment with hard labor on the illegal possession of firearm and 2 years imprisonment on simple larceny of the firearm. The sentences are to run concurrently. According to the police, McBean was charged following a ruling from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. A file was submitted to the office following an investigation that was launched when a firearm and a magazine containing 14 9mm rounds of ammunition were discovered missing from the Jamaica Constabulary Forces facility in St. Catherine, the police communications unit reported. The police said investigations were then conducted, and following an operation on the 18th of January, the weapon, along with the magazine and rounds, were recovered at McBean's house. Nice. Firearm and ammunition seized in Seaview Gardens. So one 9mm submachine gun and several rounds of ammunition were seized by the Hunts Bay Police during an operation along Riverton Avenue in Seaview Gardens, St. Andrew, on Friday the 18th of September. So reports are that about 7:50 a.m. lawmen entered the premises. Upon seeing the police, one of the occupants threw an object through a window and ran. A search was carried out and the firearm and ammunition found. No arrest was made. Investigations continue. The man run left him boot and gone barefoot. Zane, bailiff allegedly held with illegal gun and ammunition, plus cuffs and holster. Me scared now. Boy, I'm there, you know. I go and shut up my face. You understand? And thing. Thanks for the contribution and the continued support. You know what I think? Give thanks. A Bailey from Manchester and a young woman from St. Elizabeth have been arrested and charged with illegal possession of firearm and illegal possession of ammunition. The Nain police in St. Elizabeth slapped the charges on 26-year-old Romaine Jones, a bailiff of Greenvale District in Manchester, and 21-year-old Kimberly White of Gazeland District in St. Elizabeth. So reports are that about 8:50 p.m. on Tuesday, the 22nd of September, a police team was conducting an operation when they signaled White, who was driving a blue 2008 Toyota Yaris motor car, to stop. Both occupants of the vehicle were searched and Jones was reportedly found in possession of a handcuff and a holster. A search of the vehicle led to the discovery and seizure of a black Taurus 9mm pistol, along with 2 magazines and 1 9mm round. Jones and White were both charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. They forgot to quote one of them time. Man charged with kidnapping his child's mother. A 26-year, and this is no laughing matter. I just laugh because I say kidnapping. A 26-year-old man has been arrested and charged after he allegedly dragged the teenage mother of his 9-month-old child into bushes and kidnapped her in Westmoreland on Monday, the 14th of September. He has been identified as Chrisan Gale. First thing, why the man do that girl name? Nobody no come tell me about Chrisan a man name now, you know. Me nah go have it. If your name Chrisan, you must be a girl rasta. Chrisann. They don't say something wrong with him from their name him. Oh, if you name man Chrisan. I said they said him so. He has been identified as Chrisan Gale of Roaring River in the parish. He was yesterday charged with burglary, kidnapping, illegal possession of firearm, assault at common law, and assault occasioning grievous bodily harm. The police said the teen was at home when the accused entered her home armed with a gun. Gale then ordered the teen to go into bushes with him, where she was hit several times with the weapon. The incident occurred about 10 p.m. She, however, managed to escape the next day and was taken to hospital. A report was made to the police and an investigation launched. Gale subsequently turned himself into the Withorn police in Westmoreland on Saturday, September 19. Brother, where the gun there? You make sure you carry a gun come my station with you, brother. Because I go want me tell you about the gun. I go want the gun. You understand? Them did a name aim for Christian but fell short. Me I want the gun when me hear see you hold up the Empress with a liquor with. You understand? On the know pipe iron settings, you know. Nose bridge and forehead and knuckle and elbow and knee and ankle. Gun me say me want, boy. You understand? Me I hope it's a typo, but when put in here, because I don't want to say me I tell a lie pan Christian Gale, you know. You understand? So I don't know if it's a typo, but me only can tell you what me see. A man named Chrisan Gale. You understand? Me may not be the best reader in the world, but me know it's Chrisan that, and you can't tell me nothing. Okay, Cams, I understand. I know the works at a way more time, so appreciate the support and get some rest. Big up yourself, Empress. You see me? And with that story, I have my next rape story. Okay, I find here. Kidnap, rape this. Oh no, I can stay right there, so I soon come to that. Hey man, kidnapping baby and yes, yeah, the girls are teen. You understand what kind of teen? 14, 15, 16, 17. Mother and father name put together. Chris, brother, the brother. Hey man named Christian. It no matter what them put together, they shouldn't put it together. You understand? You see me? Put it apart. That is what people pull asunder. The name settings. Which one would they know? Westmoreland man booked on murder charge 2 years after the crime. Oh, before me go any further. Big up to the police them. We investigate the police who thief the gun. Because enough time we hear the police no investigate police. You understand? Big up to the office of the DPP. Nice, clean Paula Llewellyn. You understand? It's Paula. After she get the file, she said a ruling is to be made and charges to be made. Big up Paula, cause when you do things somebody not see. And when you do things and you know go people where you hear say you're worst thing. Since Satan like. Big up Paula, your nice clean self. Big up the police them too. Don't give people credit, man. I want to say so. You understand? I feel big up Auntie Paula. I'm too. You know some people vex, but big up on yourself too. You understand? You know Craig gonna laugh, you know. Jaja. Westmoreland man booked on murder charge 2 years after the crime. You see? It must happen the next day, you know. But enough time we come here and share story and investigation lead to the arrest of people 1 year, 2 year. Because I love watch cold case file and some other things on TV over fight. I want to see all 30 years after a man kill people, police gonna lock them up. So if it can take 30 years of them place, we have more resources of them disposal down. You know, big up to the police them. The thing not perfect, but the thing is not the worst. You understand? Every day you come cuss the police there. Big up Paula, teach girl. Then they know a thing go, man. Paula, nice, clean, big man. You understand? Yeah. So you know, detectives in Westmoreland arrested and charged 23-year-old Frisco Lewis. A man, first name is Frisco. It's not an artist like Frisco Kid, you know. A man named Frisco Star. Then I see parents and I said to you them. Some way. Eh? Frisco Lewis of Petersfield in the parish for the murder of a man in August of 2018. The deceased is 36-year-old Woodsaw. Oh, God forgive me, because I have sinned and fallen short of your glory. Here what? Me no want to tell me say me I tell lie on Woodsaw, you know. Just like how you say me I tell lie on Christian. You understand? One man named Frisco and one man named Woodsaw. Then if my mother named Woodsaw, me hate her. Then me couldn't go love my mother again. No love couldn't left. See it there? Where there? See it there? Me just copy Woodsaw Noble, the man name. Then all him couldn't go to school with me, you know. You understand? If him go to school with some youth, I go to school with him, I have to hide from school. Woodsaw. Woodsaw not present, sir. And Noble me a call. Me not call no youth Woodsaw. Mark in the register. Michael Noble. Present, sir. Michael, you good? Big up yourself, you. You understand? Michael, your cousin there here today. Nicholas Noble. Nicholas. Aliens. Woods. Woodsaw for go our next class. Cause I not teach Woodsaw. Woodsaw sit where you use saw wood. You know they come by with that. Ryan Buckner. Big up yourself for the contribution over upon PayPal. You understand? I appreciate the people that walk in PayPal street. Samuel Medley. Big up yourself in a family. You know what thing going to give thanks. You understand? Hope all is well in a family. You understand? No, I see your story me I did, but then when I see things like this, then you imagine you all are reading news. Don't be careful to drive his spread out, because this is a Miglaff and murder case. You understand? The deceased is 36-year-old Woodsaw Nope. Why? 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 Noble of Hertford, Westmoreland. Reports are that Noble was at home when he was attacked by Lewis, who shot him several times. The police were summoned and Noble was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. So on Saturday, September 19, 2020, lawmen carried out an operation in Hertford, Westmoreland, and Lewis was apprehended. He was subsequently charged with murder. Spread out the boat in a BM, but more time, based on the nature of the topic, you can't even, you better make it laugh. You understand? Man, yeah, Woodsaw. Woodsaw. And if my mother ever name me Woodsaw, man. Me hate her, me I tell you, God know, God up above me. Me couldn't have no love for my mother after that. You understand? All of that love though they saw out like a hood with a saw. Woods, one man near Frisco and one near Woodsaw. This is a problem, man. I hope some error in them paper, you know, cause yeah, me figure say intelligence then get in and then go then do a one thing. Sheldon, so hold on. But you know just a Woodsaw like is a alias in the radar. It's a Woodsaw Noble. So that today me assume say right name. This is a Woodsaw. That is a Woodsaw. Big up to the police then. Them find Woodsaw killer. You understand? Frisco. Male crossdresser shot dead by a firearm holder amid robbery bid. Some man who portrayed himself as a male crossdresser was shot dead by a licensed firearm holder during an alleged attempted robbery on Old Hope Road in St. Andrew on Monday. The deceased has only been identified by his alias Gabriel. He is believed to have been among a group of cross-dressing criminals who have been frequently robbing law-abiding persons over the years in sections of the corporate area, mainly in St. Andrew. It is reported that on Monday about 9 p.m., a man was driving along Old Hope Road when he stopped at a traffic light, always risky. He was then reportedly pounced upon by a robber who tried to snatch a pouch from the driver's hand. The motorist then pulled his licensed firearm and opened fire, hitting the robber who attempted to escape the scene but was apprehended. The injured suspect was pronounced dead at hospital. So since news of the shooting incident emerged, some persons have been hailing the efforts of the firearm holder, which resulted in the alleged robber being neutralized. The deceased, who often actually portrayed himself as a cross-dressing thief, was believed to be from a group of men who are known to reside in sections of the Gully network in the corporate area. Richie General saw a video of the letters RIP spilled across the screen as surface featuring the alleged robber, showcasing his days as a self-styled hairdresser on Princess Street in downtown Kingston. In the video, he was giving an interview about his profession. Meanwhile, the police are probing the fatal shooting incident. A regular them try to rob people at stoplight, man. That's why when you drive down to stoplight, man, your windows them up, man, and your safety lock on, man. You understand? And the safety for your Glock active, cause you don't know. You understand? Cause them boy, you know. You see me? All the windshield wiper them, you can't trust them, you know. Me not big up to all of the windshield wiper them who are hustle. You understand? Honestly, hustling. You know, if I do a video on the whole windshield wiping thing in Jamaica. You see? One of them days when I get around to it. But look out for. We have some bad idea for content down the road. You know, we have to take a look at time. See? Yeah, man, I regular them run people at them stop like them, man. You understand? And then no, he would then dress up like a woman, approach a window, probably suggest say him is a sex worker. So, the man there lose relax him guard. You understand? Alright, sir. Man wanted for murder among 2 shot dead in St. Anne. Then essentially, nah, never mind. A man who was being sought, on so much murder and thing are going on, hold on, a man who was being sought for questioning in relation to a murder last year, Zane, was among 2 persons who were shot dead in separate incidents in St. Anne on Friday. The deceased men have been identified as Tyrone McFarling of Mansfield Heights in Ocherius and Clifford Gallimore, alias King, of an unknown address in St. Anne. In the first incident, it was reported that sometime after 7 a.m., explosions were heard coming from a section of Mansfield Heights. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, McFarlane's bullet-riddled body was found lying face down at his home. He was taken to hospital where his death was confirmed. So police investigators in the Garden Parish were kept busy on the day as they were later summoned to the scene of another murder. It was reported at about 12:30 p.m., gunshots were heard coming from a section of Lower Buxton area. Residents then summoned the police. On their arrival, Gallimore was found with gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at hospital. According to sources, Gallimore was being sought by the police in relation to the murder of a man in Orangeville in the parish last year June. He, however, fled the area and had not been located by law enforcers. Well, somebody locate him. Still a St. Anne like. Cops hunting for a suspect following stabbing death in Ocherius. A man is dead and another man on the run after a dispute reportedly led to fatality in the tourist resort town of Ocherius in St. Anne on Monday evening. The deceased has been identified as 24-year-old Ian Grant of Pimento Walk in the parish. Pimento Walk is my place. The police reported that Grant and another man were involved in a dispute in the Ocherius. Yeah, they have one girl on a spring piece around there, and then a base spring around there, spring piece. Yeah, understand? Yeah, man. Good old days. I'm not going to call her name, but you know what I mean? Big up the spring piece girls there. You understand? You know enough river around there, so your girl used to be there river regular, you know. You understand? Nice place. Bountiful place. You understand? Many springs. Which over there now. The deceased has been identified as 24-year-old Ian Grant of a Pimento Walk address in the parish. See? The police reported that Grant and another man were involved in a dispute in the Ocherius market, and despite the efforts of onlookers to broker peace, both men continued to go at each other. Things boiled over when the now murder suspect reportedly armed himself with a knife and stabbed Grant before fleeing the scene. Grant reportedly died on the spot before he could receive medical attention. So the police have not revealed the identity of the suspect, but say they are following several leads geared at taking him into custody. So the man them have dispute, which is natural. People will have disputes, but people there are try to quell the dispute, but every man head at. And I don't know the nature of the dispute, but people intervene and I say no cut out on the foolishness. And instead of no cut out the foolishness, man take knife, cut out man life. You understand? Good night, Empress Paulette. How are you? Cha-cha. Taxi driver shot dead in Harborview. I think I have some picture or something. Let me share a picture of them tonight. You know? I don't think. Kingstonese police are investigating the shooting of a taxi driver in Harborview. So details kind of sketchy. But reports are that the taxi was heading towards Bull Bay in St. Andrew on Tuesday morning when occupants of another vehicle opened fire on the cab, hitting the male driver. The cabby was rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. At the time when the article was published, them never name him. You understand? And one place have been a give whole heap of problem from long time. Continues to give problem. A place that I know very, very well. You understand? Loader man killed in Chantry Street gun attack. So commuters and transport operators were sent scurrying for a cover after gunshots rang out at the busy Chantry Street bus terminus in St. Andrew on Tuesday morning. After the smoke cleared, one man was dead. He has so far been identified only as Zaki, a loaderman from an Akiwak address. So persons on the scene said that two men rode up on a motorbike and approached Zaki. They shot him a number of times before he could take evasive action. He died on the spot. For months, a bloody battle has raged between gangs from an area on Red Hills Road known as Common. A man named from Common and a common sense. You know see what I want? And another along Chantry Street known as Akiwak. I don't know if it's about them. They didn't now work good. Police have reported that the conflict is over extortion rights to the busy bus terminus. You ever what? Extortion. Extortion. It's extortion. But you get what I say? Man does a kill man over one to feed them, you know? People money the man them a kill themselves over, you know? Yeah? Several persons from both communities have been killed and others shot and injured as a result of the gang feud. Zaki was one of the most senior loader men who hustle out here and him not involved in any gang war. This thing going too far now and they just kill a man because of where him live and don't care. One man who claimed to have been on the scene when the attack occurred said. So Chantry Street is a bustling hub of economic activity and is home to several businesses including supermarkets, pharmacies, bars and hairdressing parlors. Some business owners say the constant bloodletting in the area has been bad for business and has been scaring away customers. A number of vendors also conduct business there. Alright, sir. Search on for suspects who engage attorney in shootout on Washington Boulevard. So investigators are searching for two suspects who engaged an attorney in a shootout on Washington Boulevard in St. Andrew on Tuesday evening. It was reported that the 27-year-old attorney was riding his motorcycle when he stopped and sought shelter under a bus stop during heavy rain. He was approached by two armed men who demanded money. The attorney reportedly complied and threw a bag he was carrying in the direction of the hoodlums. He then pulled his licensed firearm and there was a shootout with the two men. The gunman escaped. The attorney was not armed. The police had posted this picture on their Twitter page earlier in the week, seeking this man. Turns out that he is a guidance counselor. He was wanted in connection with rape allegations. Guidance counselor charged with raping minor. The Westmoreland police have charged guidance counselor Leslie Blake with 2 counts of rape. The 30-year-old Blake of a Clarendon address was listed as wanted by the police for 2 counts of rape of a minor committed in March and June of this year in Little London, Westmoreland. He reportedly turned himself into the police on Sunday, September 20, accompanied by his attorney. A warrant was subsequently executed on him. His court date is being finalized, the police said. Jaja. Hanover man charged with rape of minor and procuring abortion. A 23-year-old Hanover man has been charged with 3 counts of rape and 2 counts of procuring drugs for an abortion. The police report that in February, the man allegedly took the 14-year-old complainant to the parking lot of a guest house in the parish, brandished a knife and threatened her. He allegedly sexually assaulted her on different occasions. The teen reportedly became pregnant twice and was allegedly given pills by the accused to induce termination. According to the police, she later told her mother, who then made a report. An investigation was launched and the man was arrested and charged on Wednesday. His court date is being finalized. Something missing from that story. I mean, I don't know what, but something missing. I don't know. Something about this now add up. See? DJ Felly, blessings. I don't know what I miss, but something missing. Jaja. So the man allegedly raped the child 3 times. She got pregnant 2 times. And he procured drugs in lieu of terminating the pregnancies. I don't know. Something. I don't know. I don't know. I follow that story because something probably a my maths now work, but something now add up. You understand? Alright. But does it take a commercial break with the murder news? We're back again. Triple murder rocks Denham Town. You see? Judge. So this is a scene of one of the shooting. But not even getting into the whole heap of details, but some whole heap of shooting going. Shooting going all up at Trenchtown that one Chestnut Lane. 3 people were 2 were killed in Chestnut Lane, 1 injured. Yo, may say a gang thing. You understand? Out of Southside, 3 killed. Gang feud reignites. A long running, so I'm gonna share the Southside one. Cause the Denham Town one is more of a family member giving. I don't know. This is from the Denham Town situation. I don't know how I go on. A long running feud, gang feud at that, in Southside, and the situation the shootings in Denham Town is reported aligned to gangs. I don't even remember them name right now. A long running feud in Southside, Central Kingston, has been reignited with a vengeance, leaving 3 people dead and 4 nursing gunshot wounds this week. 3 dead, 4 nursing gunshot wounds. Again, 3 dead, so 7 people were shot in Southside. Do the maths. 4 people were shot, 2 dead between Denham Town and Jungle. Residents of sections of Southside are now cowering in fear as a feud which many believe had been settled has seen gangsters targeting their opponents in a deadly game of tit for tat. When the Observer visited the community, tight-lipped residents refused to speak with the news team as everyone claimed they had no information on the killings. But Observer sources said the spark for the latest bloodletting was an attack on a group of people in the community on election day, in which 3 people were shot. It is believed that 2 area leaders who were in the group were the targets of those gunmen. I remember that shooting. Also, I remember the shooting. When I got to do the story research on that shooting, I remember one of the... Never mind. Since then, there have been several threats and warnings of reprisals before the 3 murders this week. The victims include 26-year-old Rasamigo McDonald, a laborer off Fleet Street in the community. The police report said about 11:55 Tuesday morning, McDonald was sitting on a bucket on Harbour Street when, and this one is a little bit later, well, it would have happened before Denham Town, but I would have shared bits and pieces in different stories in a previous stream, but this article kind of put everything together. Zin? So, a police report, because I shared this incident by itself, but I never realized that they were linked. So, what shall I go on? A police report said about 11:55 Tuesday morning, McDonald was sitting on a bucket on Harbour Street when a white motorcar drove up to where he was. 2 armed men with handguns alighted from the vehicle and opened fire at McDonald, hitting him in the upper body, killing him on the spot. The men then escaped in the waiting motorcar. Hours later, in what is believed to be a reprisal for McDonald's killing, gunmen attacked 26-year-old Dwayne Dunbar, otherwise called Killer. And a 21-year-old woman at the intersection of Barry Street and Maiden Lane. According to the police report, about 4:30 Tuesday afternoon, Dunbar and the woman were standing at the intersection when they were approached by 2 men on a motorcycle. Biker getting up. The pillion rider alighted from the motorcycle and opened fire at Dunbar, hitting him in the upper body. The woman ran when the man pointed his gun in her direction and opened fire. She was hit in her left leg and right thigh. 2 police constables who were nearby Gold Street Police Station responded to the... Yeah, peace, the stream crash. Couldn't tell you why, but we're there again. Big up on yourself. You understand? But you're not done. The shootings continued on Thursday when a 27-year-old man whose name is being withheld was attacked while standing at the intersection of Love Lane and Charles Street about 5:20 p.m. Police say the man was approached by 2 men armed with handguns who opened fire, hitting him in the upper body. He ran and was chased by the men who continued firing at him. The injured man managed to escape his attackers and was assisted to hospital by residents, where he was treated and admitted in serious but stable condition. In the meantime, residents say the killing of a resident of Gold Street in the neighboring Kingston Eastern Police Division on Thursday morning was also linked to the gang feud. He has been identified as 25-year-old Stefan Hoffman. The police say Hoffman was among a group of men at a construction site on Port Royal Street near the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center when a black Nissan AD wagon drove up and stopped at the left side of the road facing an easterly direction. 2 men immediately alighted from the car, brandishing handguns, and opened fire in the direction of the group. Hoffman ran, but was chased by the 2 gunmen who continued to fire at him. He was hit multiple times and died on the scene. 2 other men in the group were shot, but their injuries are not considered life-threatening. Big up to the people that like the stream, yeah, sir. I appreciate you. Big up to the people that watch the stream and don't like it. I appreciate it too, but not as much as the people that like it. Yeah, sir. Me that me. I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream that I did, but I shared aspects of this story in the previous stream I wasn't sure of certain details. I think I did a video on it in the week. But I guess not everybody was able to watch it. Johnny H. China is controlling the largest wharf in Jamaica. Sanitizers is a no-no if you can't see the label. May I agree with you 100%. You can't spray that part. Well, all if me see the label, me don't want you to spray nothing for me right now. You understand? If me can't use my own sanitizer, me not go in your place. Me done with that. You understand? Me I make sure I buy a bottle of Lysol for myself when I walk with. See, you say me can't spray that for myself, and you then you keep way in your place, man. So apparently the South Side war was started or reignited on election day. Was it politically motivated? I don't know. However, these ladies on screen, sisters, were killed in Mona Commons. Information subsequently emerged that their deaths is believed to be the result of a political dispute. Cops believe Wounded Pride pushed vendor to order murder of 2 sisters in Mona Commons. Political dispute. I don't know how somebody I kill me over a political dispute, because me and nobody have no political dispute argument. You understand? I don't know how you're going to make me and you have a political dispute. Because are you alone are going to have that? Fingernail you want cut rasta. A major manhunt is now on for a vendor whom police believe ordered the fatal shooting of 2 sisters in Mona Common, St. Andrew, on Thursday the 17th of September. The police are also in pursuit of the 2 men who pulled the trigger amid reports that they are from sections of Augusto known as African Gardens. The 2 sisters, 31-year-old Shauna K. Tiffany Hunter, who was the headband, and 23-year-old Renee Tassie Martel were fatally shot meters from their gate in what investigators now believe was a bloody end to a minor dispute. According to sources, days after the September 3 general election, the 2 sisters were sitting outside their gate when a political argument developed with a man who operates a stall in the community, which is directly across from the main entrance to the University Hospital of the West Indies. The source said the argument became increasingly bitter until the man pulled a knife and advanced threateningly towards Martel. At that point, her sister intervened, and according to a source, the 2 sisters then beat him properly in front of a woman who was allegedly the one pushing the argument. The source said the man, who has links to known thugs, vowed revenge as he left the scene. It is believed that Thursday afternoon's shooting incident while the sisters and their friends celebrated Martel's birthday is connected to that threat. According to the police investigators, about 2:15 on Thursday, men rode to the scene on motorbikes and the pillion riders quickly jumped off and ordered the people not to move. One of the men pulled a firearm and opened fire, hitting Martel in her chest. She ran into her yard but was chased by the gunman, who continued shooting even while she held her 1-year-old child in her arms. While that gunman was targeting Martel, the other one chased her sister Hunter into a nearby lane, firing repeatedly until she fell on the road with multiple gunshot wounds. The shooters then left aboard the 2 bikes whose riders had kept the engines running. They reportedly fired 2 shots in the air without targeting anyone as they made their escape. So one day after the tragic incident, 51-year-old Lorraine Powell, who is the mother of I don't have Miss Powell thing. Oh, me miss a story the way man them fling stone and bust up the police them head down as I see you garden because them a keep party. But sure. Too much things sometimes I get some things wrong, yeah, man. So in all, the 2 sisters would have died leaving 4 children. I think the oldest of the kids is 8 years old, I think. Politics. You know, the funny thing is that I would want to see, you see, what the political representatives in that area have done for the 2 set of people, the 2 sisters and the man and him woman. I would want to see how well they are living and how well their children are living and going to school, courtesy of their political representatives, who indirectly has led to 2 deaths and 1 man on the run and man wanted for murder and all sort of something. So your woman and 2 women have argument over politics. You get involved. Draw a knife. The 2 sisters them beat you and you feel that the best way for second that of allegedly ordering the murder of those 2 women. Alright, so fine. If them beat you up, then beat them up back then, brother. Them never kill you. I am trying to figure out what in God's name could people be arguing about politics in Jamaica now. It lead to people get beat up and people dead. Politics. No, I saw this floating around and I thought about doing a video, but I chose not to because of what the child was doing on YouTube policies and guidelines. So I did not do the video, but I saw it. You know, people send a million things to my phone every day. I remember the other day I did put up on my status, I said, peeps, between me and still, not exact word. You don't have to send me every single video whatever I make. You understand? Like, my phone not have infinite storage. I mean, I have infinite time to go through everything. So I appreciate when people send me things very important and valuable. But you don't have to send me every video ever created. You understand? It's not the first time that we have seen videos being recorded of toddlers being made to do things that are associated with adults. We see toddlers are dog a big woman. Regular. You see toddlers are dog up some big woman around the place. You understand? Toddlers are real have a million bad than people that cheer them on and all sort of things. See? There was one with this woman and some offer collecting must have $5 from a child. Some sex up something. I remember that one. I remember what I wanted to. A million different things. Like social media will be the death of us. But then again, social media have its place in it because then through social media you find them idiot. Mother of toddler seen smoking and drinking in viral video is now in custody. Brother, I get a million message every day. I'm not exaggerate. And as I say, sometimes people get offended because we don't get to respond immediately or the same day or the same week. Or the same month sometime. Sometimes the same year. But it's rough rasta. Big woman way. You understand? And then when certain things go on, remember, 10 man will send me the same thing. For one day. But them don't know so somebody send me already, You understand? So it take a toll more time. So sometimes I leave but I look on the phone. I tell you the truth, cause if you clear everything sometime me just can't do it. Alright. So the police are reporting that the mother of an infant seen in a viral video being coerced to smoke and drink what appeared to be an alcoholic substance is now in police custody. It's a apple vodka. It's a Smirnoff Ice, not apple vodka. Yes, and the mother, was picked up by police investigators in the Red Ground district. You understand? Red Ground am a place. You understand? I spend about September, October, November. About 4 months at Red Ground. Well, between Red Ground and Bannister, one of them time. You understand? Some nice girl around them parts too. Big up to the ladies them from Red Ground and Bannister. You understand? Bullet Tree and you see me? The whole of them place. They know anything. Yeah. Alright. Never mind me still. The mother, was picked up by police investigators in the Red Ground district in Old Harbour on Thursday, September 24, about 10 a.m., the Jamaica Constabulary Force tweeted. So the child is also in the care of the police. A multi-agency investigation is now underway involving several state agencies, including the Child Protection and Family Services Agency and the Center for Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse. Yeah, man, Red Ground, man. Big Pan, man. You know, even before me there, Big Pan, man. You know, some more time. Long story, but I have been trapped around a Red Ground on a number of occasions, man. You know what I mean? And then Big Pan, look, rain, drizzle, and Big Pan full, and the whole road block for days. You'd have to go way up our Bartons and go all about the place to reach back up either Spanish Town or all over. Them place are my place, man. I am a well-traveled man, you know, in Jamaica still. It is not clear when the video was made, but the recording surfaced on social media platform on Monday, triggering widespread outrage. In the 48-second video, the toddler, can be seen with what appears to be a cigarette in his mouth. An adult male voice and also a female can be heard urging the child to smoke the cigarette. Puff it at the dog birthday, you know, man. I hide the dog eye today, you know. Puff it, minty. The man said as the child coughs while following the instruction. A female then instructs the minor to hold and sip an alcoholic drink in a glass bottle called ice. See ice, yeah? Hold now. Take a sip, the woman said amid much laughter from other adults who were present. Trauma today. Puff it. Puff it out again, minty. Take 2 puff out of it again. The man further instructed. The child follows the cruel instruction and puffs out and smoke amid coughing. He then appears to spit out the substance he had earlier drank prior to the abrupt end of the video. Oh, that says some things about that something, you see? But you know, fit fee here. You understand? And true, we don't use expletives on the channel. You know wise. You understand? Then suppose I did all my boy this. And me see all the evidence. I peep. But then, when you lie with dogs, you rise with fleas still. You know, walk around and impregnate careless people. You understand? Auntie. People think these things are cute. You understand? You see the lifestyle of them expose this little youth to. Innocent little child. See? Then how will this child now grow up? After being exposed to this type of living from so early. I say social media will be the death of us, man. Eh? Alright, peace. I'm going to wrap up that something now with some things. A long time I stream when I start stream 7:45. Me even 8:30 like usual. So nobody feel like me spend the whole night around here night, you know. Yeah, son. You don't feel like you can come tell me things like a minty this night, you know. I mean, I said them been a search for the youth mother. Where the youth father there? This is the next thing I'm going to ask. Where him daddy? Sure. So there was news circulating on social media. Where say Minty is a girl? And fully concerned. So there were rumors circulating on social media that Beenie Man was arrested by the police. There was no truth to that. He would have had some engagement with law enforcement officials. But, you know. So Beenie Man was not in police custody. So the Jamaica Constabulary Force is refuting reports that dancehall entertainer speaking about Moses Beenie Man Davis, part 1 of about part 3 of Beenie Man's story will be heard on Tuesday. If me get the time to edit the video. You understand? So Beenie Man going to take up about 3 weeks. He couldn't take up more, but I think I do them in a 2-hour blocks. Or probably 2 hour, 1.5 hour, and then one next bonus. I don't know. I have a million things. Zane and them something there. Beenie Man was the last artist I interviewed by choice because the whole COVID thing did flare up, and as I know, I have a very, very young child in the house, and I don't need to expose myself unnecessarily. And so me did have quite a bit of a few interviews in the archives for times like these and things. So what I'll probably start doing now is accumulate them, you know, one by one going forward again. I have some people, I'm waiting on a few people, need to confirm with a few people, need to reach back to a few people. So you don't know a thing. So you know what I mean? And thing. So you know, he was not in police custody, said Stephanie Lindsay. So several posts to the contrary were circulating on social media. Lindsay explained that the police had ended a gathering Davis was hosting in honor of his late mother because the number of people there exceeded the limit allowed under the Disaster Risk Management Act, Mitigation Act. He was instructed to close it off. He did comply, and the fact that he complied, then there would be no need to arrest him. So, you know what I think? There was also a situation where Kanye West was in the country. He would have been given permission to do certain things. He would have ended up at Budget Studio. People were making, you know, a big thing out of the Prime Minister addressed it. The video is there on the channel. You know, well, based on what the Prime Minister said. I never do no video upon it. Like, I get the picture them from them even reach certain web on social media cause. But you know what I think, I mean, it's a studio. Man not gonna really wear no mask in a studio and work go work. I mean I know still, I don't know. Right now, I don't know. People have a lot of things to say about it. He was given permission to visit the country and to stay in the resilient corridor. I don't know what kind of permission. Well, and he was also given permission to travel at nights within the curfew because of whatever reason. But I don't know that he was given permission to. I don't know, yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, son. Miss Georgia time, big up yourself and the Empress. Yeah, man, get some rest. Also, when people did send this to me first, but they think it was an old picture, but apparently Rygin King is out of the hospital and has started to visit back the studio. So after being sidelined by gunshot wounds for months, Rygin King is back in studio. So the dancehall DJ posted a picture of himself on Instagram to announce his return to the office. Give thanks to life, Rygin King wrote along with a praying emoji. See? So, you know, many people from the entertainment fraternity would have reached out, well, replied to the post, commented on the post, expressing their happiness that he is back. So it is good that the entertainer is strong enough, has recovered enough where he can get back to work. The Rygin King thing is still a mystery. I suppose whatever surrounded the unfortunate situation would have been resolved in whichever way, shape, or form. Some don't know. But as me said, when me see the picture first, me did say that, you know, Hendrix, but then the article, the Observer posted said picture with the article I say your Ray and thing. Him say, so on August 22nd, Rygin King released No Emotions while still recovering in hospital. It was recorded prior to June 28th, but he added the finishing touch via cell phones and things. So I don't know. But if the picture is up to date, as I said, it would be good to know that the entertainer would have recovered. Well, so the pic might be old, but I suppose he's back in the studio then. So fine, because when the people them send me the pic to, the first thing I say, this pic look very familiar. It looks like it's an old pic to me. And thinking he's still in therapy, he's not walking. So him never the studio, Hendrix. Is that what I say? Yeah, man. As I said, I know it was an old pic. But the question is he still in the hospital? Because the Observer, I say, he's back in the studio. So I don't know. You understand? So I would be inclined to work with the Observer because I think them kind of get it right most of the time. So I don't know. So it sounds like people in here know what I want. So I don't know. Okay. I don't know. You know, me probably, because I have, you know, funny enough, I have a number for the King, you know. You understand? Because when I time I organize barbecue at work and would try to get him on the show and thing, but we couldn't reach him price tag at the time. No, he hasn't been in studio since the incident, but he has released. He has been. Okay, Hendrix, cool. Hendrix, you know, so I kind of start figure out, say, I know Hendrix, you know, because I forgot to check out my phone. Yeah. Alright. So based on the information, well, Hendrix has said he hasn't been in the studio, but he has been released from hospital. Okay, I don't know. Alright. Okay. So the final story of the night is in relation to one Adidja Palmer and his co-accused, where they were granted permission to appeal the Court of Appeals ruling in the Privy Council. I would have done that video, but I even know it I do, you know. Let me see if it go on with things. I don't need to go watch it. If you don't watch the video, don't go watch it. Man. Alright, So, the DJ and his co-accused have been granted conditional leave. And the condition is that they have to file some papers within 90 days. I'm sure they would do that though. I don't know why they would do that. Have been granted conditional leave to go to the Privy Council in the United Kingdom to challenge their murder conviction. The decision was handed down this morning by the Court of Appeal. So one of the conditions is that they must file documents in the case within 90 days. Them could have them documents already long time. Further, they are permitted to put the following issues before the court. The issues that they are putting before, as a matter of fact, I have not seen all 40 points that they have put. I hope to see that. It will be interesting to see. Big up to the people who watch the video already, man. Blessings. It would be interesting to see the 40 points in their submission, Zane. Having not seen the 40 points, the ones that were published in the article are very interesting on a number of levels. I'll leave the levels where they are, but they are very interesting. For the people that want to watch the video. So, further, they are permitted to put the following issues before the court. Does the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom affect the court's authority to admit into evidence material acquired, secured, or collated in breach of the rights of the freedoms that the Charter guarantees? And if so, in what way? Yeah, man, the soldier that was shot in Milk River, unfortunately, he died, bro. I shared that article earlier. Zane? Okay, Raja. Now say a word. Next, how, if at all, does the answer to that question affect the admission of evidence which was acquired in breach of the right to privacy of communication and the Interception of Communications Act? Next, how are inquiries involving jury impropriety or misconduct to be handled when they arise? Next, whether the convictions of the applicants for murder are rendered unsafe by 1. The trial judge's management of the issue of jury impropriety that occurred during the course of the trial, in particular, the procedure that was adopted and the extent of the inquiry that was conducted. 2. The trial judge's refusal to discharge jury or any juror following his inquiry into the issue of jury impropriety. 3. Any inadequacy in the trial judge's directions to the jury following the inquiry into the issue of the jury impropriety. And 4. The failure of the Court of Appeal to expressly demonstrate its findings and conclusions in respect of the fresh evidence that was adduced concerning the issue of jury impropriety at the trial. What principles govern the latest time at which a jury may be asked to retire to consider its verdict? How, if at all, does the answer to questions affect the convictions of these applicants? Zane, they had submitted almost 40 questions for referral to the Privy Council. And the men filed an application seeking to go to Jamaica's final court after their appeal was rejected in April. Yeah, and interestingly, if you look at the grounds, and I've been saying this from the get-go, that an appeal focuses not necessarily on the evidence, on guilt or innocent, but on procedural errors of the presiding judge. May I tell people that from the get-go. But because we now say X or Y, nobody not pay attention. And people flock to people where I say what them want to hear. You understand? But I have been detailing the whole appeal process from the get-go, what to expect, the whole thing. I have one whole playlist, over 20 odd videos from the whole appeal situation surrounding Kartel. So they had said that they were going to seek the Privy Council's intervention. They have done so. The Court of Appeals granted their request, and I suppose we'll watch and see and wait and see. The entertainer himself also spoke to the fact that he was hell-bent on getting real justice from the Privy Council. So we'll see. Remember that the Privy Council, just like the Court of Appeal, is not looking at guilt or innocence in the case. An appeal is primarily geared at exposing procedural errors in admitting evidence or barring evidence or instructions given by the trial judge or a million different things. You understand? So people need to understand how the justice system operates before them set things. But you know what thing, I mean, people always come set things, and you know what I mean? it has been interesting watching this case from start to finish. Well, not finish per se, to where it is now. On my thumbnail, I would have put the last stand, because after this, that is it. So if the ruling is not in his favor, then that's the end of the story. If it is in his favor, then we see what developments arise from that. So let's see if the Jamaica justice system will stand up under the scrutiny of the Privy Council examination, or will inadequacies and inefficiencies in the justice system be pointed out after the examination of the Privy Council. See? Yeah. Yeah, but if people think the Privy Council thing is a retrial, then me don't know how them would then get that. You understand? I've always said that the court of public opinion and the court of law are two different places. You understand? And things. So, you know what I think? I know the sentiments surrounding the case and the entertainer and the fans and thing. So, you know, we just keep it as it relates to the facts of the situation, and we move along. And I mean, it is what it is. I would have done a review of the written judgment handed down by, not even a review per se, just breaking down the major points of contention. I know it fly over enough people head still, but I mean, I saw it go still. So you can rest assured that when the Privy Council would have handed down a judgment, I will also be perusing and analyzing same. So, I could say it go. You understand? One of them things. Yeah, peeps. Big up on yourself. You see me? And thing. Give thanks for the support. Me I call it a night, you know. For one, me hungry. And secondly, we need for, you know what I mean, share the parenting. So, I appreciate the support, Rasta. Some heavy thing tonight, some, I don't know. You see me? Again, you would have seen a sneak peek in my mind as to where the education system is. Seeing, I don't know. Sunday night, we talk some more about preparation for the virtual learning thing. I probably can share some of the things that my place of employ has been implementing and working at. Zine, it won't be ideal, but it is what it is now. We have to be creative and versatile as educators as well. I mean, in the virtual space, I'm a comfort zone that still, but I know some teachers are not very comfortable with interfacing with their students there. So it will be challenging, but for the good of the nation, for the future of the nation, we have to deal with it. I'm not saying this just as a teacher, but as parents, we will come together, all the stakeholders to make this thing work. You understand? Zine? So these are times when we need to be taking hard lessons, Zine, and trying to ensure that we put things in place. So should a repeat of the COVID pandemic occur in our lifetime, we'll be far more prepared to treat with certain things than already exists. So peace, big up on yourself. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I intend to stream every Friday night and every Sunday, but you know, with a newborn in the house, that can go south very quickly. You understand? So hopefully I'll be here on Sunday night. As a matter of fact, I was planning to stream last night. Do this stream last night and go on a surprise calling stream tonight. But the mother-in-law had to leave, and then I had to, you know what I mean, spend some time with the little man, so I never get through the stream. So you know what I think. But you know, we just do what we have to do. I'm out here. We give thanks. I have not uploaded a lot this month, for reasons that I have told you. But as I said, we give thanks to the people then, because the channel has grown in such a way where I have to upload every day for survive on YouTube. You understand? And I give God thanks for that. You feel what I say? And I own responsible for that. You see it? And things. So we're there. We give thanks for the support. We appreciate the ones them We love the ones them. You understand what I say? We love the ones them. You teach. We long for your calling. Me know you know. And see everything right. So see phone them there. Like, me plan for surprise you tonight. But say, me never get to do that stream last night. So you know what I think. My birthday stream will definitely be a calling stream. I can't say that from early. I never had a calling stream for any of my birthday stream them, but that one there will definitely be a calling stream. And for the one them wanna know, I and I was born on the 8th of November, 19 long time. You understand? This big man. You understand? Not because me young and have baby face and them something. You understand? And my baby here them still there. Then just long. Peeps, good night. Big up on yourself. Enjoy your weekend. COVID still a keep. You understand what I say? COVID still a keep. Zane, people are dying. People continue to die. Zane, and life are the greatest. Preserve it. Appreciate it. Protect it. Protect those around you. You understand? Walk with your own sanitizer. I mean, nobody spray nothing upon one. You understand what I say? And thing. And I don't even know if it tells you. So I'm be careful, yes. Right now, the regular walk with people and follow, just so don't protect yourself. That's most I can tell you right now. So I say, Empress, a birthday party. Teach. You want to do the talking like you're out the time. Don't worry yourself, man. As I said, so I know nothing. With the calling stream, I just go on a surprise. Let me see what we can talk about. We can talk about a variety of things. You understand? We can talk about a variety of things. I don't know when me sitting there about the beach and look so bad. You understand? Peeps. One of them time. Zane, probably when COVID done, stop keep, we can probably them time there we have a one look up, cook out, drink up, all the vibes. Few artists pass through, bless up the place. You understand? Meet the ones them. You see and think, cause we have to appreciate the one another in life, yeah, sir. Cause you never know. I mean, there are so many lessons being taught by this COVID thing. COVID is the biggest classroom known to this generation. There are so many lessons being taught simultaneously. You understand what I say? So we just have to appreciate each day more. We have to appreciate the people them where bring value to our life more. You understand? And we probably need to seriously look into the cook out, drink up, lime, something there. You understand? Get some jerk pork going. Because cook out can keep on pork and jerk. Then me not bother keep it. You understand? And some chicken around this and some curry goat and some, you understand, some steamed fish and some things and some manish water and some fish tea and keep the thing going. And drink some Campari and some Guinness and some for the people that might drink anything and them something. So I could say, one of them time, we'll try to deal with it. But everybody now can forward, but we're going to see if we can set it at one time where people who are interested can forward in that thing. You understand what I say? And we'll do that thing there. You see? Because we're going to need to decompress and, you know what I mean, let down with ear. Right now my ear tie up. Peeps, good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your night. Moderation over botheration. Too much of anything good for nothing. Too much of everything. Too much of nothing no good. I don't know why I am, man. That's sitting there. Too much of sitting good for nothing. I don't know why I am, man. I don't even remember. Me all. You understand? I'm tired. Peeps, look more. Walk good. Step with Jah. You know what I think go. Safe travel upon the gravel. Yeah, man. Soon. Sunday, Saturday, who knows? Give thanks. I'm out. I'm a plan to be out, but I don't know.
Thank you for tuning in. Like the stream before you go. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Remember to share the stream with your family and friends and browse the channel for more amazing content. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
Teach them. Hey, yo, hello. Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here. Warlord representing.